Hi guys, welcome. My name is Heather Jones. I am the #1 intuitive teacher and I teach you how to trust your intuition. I teach you the secret. That's been silenced, you guys. If intuition wasn't real, they wouldn't have spent centuries teaching you to doubt it. You guys, if there is just one thing that you have to remember, if there's just one thing that if you figured this out, your entire life would change literally overnight. You guys, we have been lied to. You have been lied to the day you have been born. Welcome in, you guys. Today we are going to be talking about the 7 keys. Okay, the 7 keys to unlock your truth. When you get access to these keys, your life will transform. How do I know this? Because I have been teaching these keys to thousands of people across the entire world. And I have seen miracles happen. I have seen people go from a 10-10 pain to a 0 pain in literally seconds. How are we able to do this? Well, when I hold sacred space for people, they are able to get their own answers. And you guys, this is exactly what your intuition does. Your intuition can literally tell you exactly within 99.9% accuracy what is wrong. So if you're chronically sick, if you're chronically broke, if you keep attracting jerks, if you have horrible relationships, if you tend to find yourself in the dump over and over and over again, I want to tell you something, okay? Your intuition has been trying to speak to you, okay? Your inner voice, the gift from God that never lies and always tells the truth, is trying to speak with you, okay? So if you guys are new here, make sure you're following me. Make sure you get my free guide, okay? My guide gives you the 7 keys for free. I give you the keys for free. You guys, we have been lied to. It is generational trauma that we are dealing with, generational silencing. And you wonder why there is an epidemic of mental health crises, of suicide rates in the United States. It is because people are dying. People have been silencing their truth for so long that they don't even recognize when they're getting a download. They don't even recognize that every time they pray and ask for an answer and every time they ask, they received, literally in seconds. So you guys, for the next hour, I'm going to be going through the 7 keys. I'm going to teach you exactly how to tap back into your intuition and remember, because that is why I have been called. You guys, I have lived a life of trauma. Trauma after trauma after trauma. Child loss, physical abuse, sexual abuse, narcissistic relationships, spiritual abuse, religious abuse. I've been through it all. And I'm so grateful that I was able to experience those things because now I can speak from embodiment. Now I can speak from coming from the depths of hell, okay? I am pissed because I was silenced. My truth was silenced. My truth was silenced for years, okay? And I was slowly killing myself by silencing my truth, by ignoring my intuition. So you guys, key number 1, we're going to go through the 7 keys, is you have to stop silencing your truth, that your body literally speaks to you, that pain is just the secret messenger of the body. So we have been taught that the second we have pain, run and grab a painkiller, because they knew if they got us to silence our truth, if they knew that if our intuition would tell us exactly, right, how we could heal ourselves in literal seconds, they knew that if they can get us to silence that and forget, okay, that we would be stuck in the system forever. And that's exactly what's happening. So the most amazing, incredible gift that you have access to, you don't even know how to get answers from. 90% of people I work with, they do not even know how to get answers from their own body. That is a yes and a no. Is this right for me? Yes or no. Should I take this medicine? Yes or no. Am I being silenced? Yes or no. Okay? Is this the right pathway for me? Yes or no. So you guys, I'm going to teach you the 7 keys tonight. Key number 1. If you're here and you've watched my live before and you want to drop the keys while I'm speaking them, by all means. You guys, key number 1 is your body literally speaks to you through pain. Pain is just the messenger. When you silence the messenger doesn't go away. The messenger gets louder and louder until you listen. So now we have people dealing with 10-10 chronic pain, autoimmune disorder, cancer, fibromyalgia, Hashimoto's, extreme weight gain. Okay? That is the messenger screaming at you. And yet you're still silencing your truth with painkillers, with drugs, with alcohol, with binge eating, with self-sabotage. Okay? All these things are external extractions from what your body is trying to tell you inside. And your messenger will literally tell you in seconds what's wrong. So this is how I listen to my messenger. The second I have pain or something's not right, I ask the messenger, what is this? And my messenger tells me. And I use the other keys to unlock truth quicker. You guys, when the messenger gets to speak to you and tells you the messenger, guess what the messenger does? She leaves and she takes the pain with her. Okay? That is why I see miracles happen every day. That is why people can go from a 10-10 pain to a literal 0 pain in seconds because of this. Okay? So I'm not on here pretending to be a psychic or a medium or a healer or a guru or your savior, because we are all our own saviors. We are all our own gurus. Yes, I love Jesus. I love God. Okay? Jesus said, the kingdom of God is within you. Okay, drink from my well. You'll never have to drink from another well again. You guys, that is in here. Okay, there is no middleman. It is between you and God, you and source. So when I say that you are your own healer, I mean you are connected to source, to divine consciousness. Okay, so when I ask, I receive. When I knock, the door is opened instantly. Instantly. You want to know why you're sick? Ask. You want to know why you're broke? Ask. You will receive, okay? The keys will unlock truth faster. So let's go to key number 2. A lot of the things that you are dealing with that are physical, right? They're either going to be caused by one or many of these things, okay? Get a pen and paper, write these keys down, you guys. If not, make sure you're following me and get the guides, okay? I love how TikTok says some comments were filtered to protect my mental health. People's comments don't hurt me. So it's either going to fall under a parasite, a nutrient deficiency, or a toxin. But here's the thing, you guys. Here's the thing. Your body will tell you what parasite. Your body will tell you what toxin. Your body will tell you which nutrient deficiency. And not only that, your body is going to tell you if it wants to receive that cleansing or clearing with food, with a supplement, or with something else. Okay? And so in my $27 guide, you guys, I teach you exactly in my charts, once you know how to get your yes and your no, if it is a parasite, which one, and how to clear it. Because a lot of you guys are spending thousands of dollars, right? I've already known you spent thousands of dollars in your lifetime wasting money on vitamins, supplements, detox that don't even work. And here's the kicker, you guys, okay? You might be doing this and the problem is not even physical, it's spiritual. And what do I mean by spiritual? I mean that a doctor cannot take labs for emotional trauma. A doctor cannot take labs to see if you have generational trauma, to see if you have spiritual trauma, okay? So this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about spiritual things that doctors cannot figure out. So let's go to the next key, okay? Welcome everyone. Thanks for tapping the screen and hitting the hearts and for sharing. So I come on TikTok every single day, except for Sundays, okay? That's my day of rest. All of my videos are on YouTube if you want to watch the past videos, okay? You will see for yourself every single night we take people from a 10-10 pain to a 0 pain in literal seconds, and you can do it too. You literally can do it too, okay? So let's go to the next key. Okay, we're on key 3. Hey, from Kenya. Do you know that if you have ever experienced sexual trauma, physical trauma, emotional trauma, religious trauma, or any type of spiritual trauma, anywhere from the age of 0 to 25, okay? You did not have the mental capacity to tell yourself the truth about what happened to you. And so as an adult, you are now dealing with physical pain. You are now dealing with patterns and cycles and you don't know how to break them. You're like, why does this keep happening to me? I'll tell you why. Because you never went back to that little girl or that little boy and told her the truth about the things you experienced. So when I was 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and I was being physically abused, okay, I was being sexually abused by babysitters. Okay, my mom left me when I was 6 years old. My dad was very physically abusive with me and my sister. I did not have the mental capacity to tell myself the truth, that I was just a little girl, that I didn't deserve those abuses. And the sexual things that I had witnessed as a child altered and distorted my brain on what love looks like and how that should be received. Okay? So as an adult, guess what? Okay? I allowed men to do horrible things to me. I was physically abused by men. Why? Because as a child, I was taught no boundaries, that people are allowed to walk all over me, and that is love. Okay? As an adult, I had broken belief systems from a child. So I attracted broken people into my life. I attracted spiritual entities into my life, okay? Because they were attracted to that lower vibrational frequency. You guys, we're talking about the third key right now, which is emotional trauma, spiritual trauma, sexual trauma, right? Anything that you experienced from the age of 0 to 25, if you have not properly healed from that, and you guys, it takes literal seconds. It does not take 5, 6, 12 months to years to heal your childhood trauma. That is a lie. It takes seconds, because all you have to do is first test what age. I teach you how to get your yes and no. Test what age did this happen? You might already know, okay? And what was the emotion? And so all you have to do is tell that little you the truth, right? The truth. Now as 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, you have the mental capacity to recognize that what happened was not okay. You have the tools. You have the healing power to go back and heal your younger self with truth, okay? So that is key number 3. Let's go to key number 4. If you guys are just following, you guys, make sure you follow me, get my free guide. I teach these keys for free. It took me 10 years and over $15,000 in certifications that I did not need to recognize the number one gift that is free from God. Hey, Queen, welcome. So glad you're here. Okay? So let's talk about the next key. Generational trauma. What if you I will talk about that. Dissociative identity disorder. I will talk about that. Okay, I'll talk about that first before we go into the generational key. A lot of times when you are a child, if you experienced horrific trauma, okay, we all know what that means. Sometimes you have to disassociate in order to survive. So that means that your spirit, okay, is anchored to your body, but your spirit left. Okay? What happened to your body was happening, your body, your spirit left. Okay? That's why a lot of people don't have memories of their childhood abuse, because they weren't actually in their bodies when it was happening. Sometimes when this happens, demonic entities or unclean spirits can come into your body. Okay? Secretly, right? They're there. They're attracted to the frequency of the fear, the low self-esteem, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, whatever it is. Okay? This is how you can have multiple personalities too. It's not that you have multiple personalities, it's that you have multiple unclean spirits or demonic entities attached to your body, and they try to become your friends, so you don't know the difference between an unclean spirit or your personality. Okay? So when you have the ability to test your yes and no, you guys, this is your intuition. It tests with a 99.9% accuracy, and you have the 7 keys. You can get to the root cause in literal seconds of why you have disassociation. Okay? So let's go to the next key. You guys, I teach you the keys for free. If you want the entire system, okay, the entire system I sell is $27. It teaches you exactly how I got my yes and no, right? I got certified in Germany. It was the easiest way to get my yes and no. And I was so excited, but also so mad. I was like, it's this easy to get a yes and no. My kids can do it. You guys, my kids can do this. You can do this. You can heal yourself and know exactly what's wrong in literal seconds. So we're talking about the next key, you guys. Okay, we already talked about the first key, the second key, the third key. We're on the 4th key. We're going to go through all 7 keys. Okay? And I'm sorry, for some reason TikTok loves to filter out my comments. So I'm sorry if you're trying to get if you're commenting or if they're blocking your comments. So you guys, the next key is generational trauma. Scientists have proven through epigenetics that you can have generational trauma, multiple generations back, okay, from mom and dad. This looks like weird fears or phobias. You have no idea why you're terrified or have phobias of things. Okay, this could be sicknesses and diseases. Okay, this could be money blocks. This could be many things, but they have proven through epigenetics that you can have multiple things that were passed down genetically. Okay, this is an imprint. And so I literally work with people who have a 10-10 pain in their body. We clear one generational trauma and they go to a 0 pain in literal seconds. So your body communicates with you through pain. Pain is just the messenger. When you have the keys, right, you can ask the messenger, which key will unlock my pain? And you can find out in literal seconds. So I work with doctors, nurses, I work with psychics, I work with mediums, I work with healers who have their own practice, right? I help them, teach them how to get to the root cause of their patients in seconds. And you guys, you can do this too. You literally can. It's free. This is free information. This is a free gift that God gave you, right? And the reason why we've been silenced is because it is free. Because the second that you recognize that you can heal yourself, that your body will tell you exactly what food, what nutrient, or what emotional clearing to do, boom, you guys, game over. Game over. Okay? What does generational trauma look like? You're welcome, Alicia. My dad was very, very physically abusive with me. I love my dad. My dad had a broken little boy inside of him that didn't know how to handle me. My dad was raised by a drunken war vet who beat the hell out of him and his brothers, who would force my dad at 4 years old to sell flowers at the side of the road to get a nickel. All the money they raised selling flowers, him and his 2 older brothers, went towards their dad, and he would go buy alcohol with it. In the morning, those little boys would go and collect cans to get a nickel to buy a loaf of bread that they would then eat for breakfast and lunch and sometimes dinner. So my dad did the best he could, but he was very broken and he did cause me trauma, a lot of trauma. My dad's dad was a broken man who came home from war and was probably treated like garbage, because men are taught to silence their emotions, that any type of vulnerability is weakness. And that's why you have a bunch of broken little men with broken little boys inside of them, because they do not know how to properly heal themselves. And then guess what my dad's dad did? He served in the war. He was a broken man. So this is a systemic system, okay? Then you have my beautiful mother, my sweet, beautiful mother, right? She was sexually traumatized as a little girl multiple times by family members. Broken. Her mother, sexual abuse by her stepdad. She told her mother. Guess what her mom did? Smacked her across the face and said, "You will not lie." My poor, sweet little grandma, okay? Then guess what? My grandma's mom, she was sexually assaulted multiple times, and she was an alcoholic. You guys, these are systemic generational traumas that keep getting passed down. Now, does that mean that I have to pass these down to my children? Absolutely not. This means that I have a choice. I have a choice to heal that generational trauma so I do not pass that down onto my children. And let me tell you guys, I was on that same path, just like my mom and just like my dad. I was on the same path. As a broken little girl, I was a broken woman who allowed men to do horrible things to me. And it wasn't until I took full accountability of my life and I started asking the right questions. I started praying and asking God, there's got to be another way. I started getting certified in several holistic modalities. And then finally, you guys, I realized something, like a light bulb. I was so mad at God. I said, God, oh my gosh, why doesn't everybody know this? And he said, well, Heather, you prayed to be used as an instrument in your hands the day you were born to help people, and this is why. So you guys, what is that thing that I was so frustrated and upset? Because I had an intuition. Ever since I was a little girl, my body spoke to me. Ever since I was a little girl, my body told me that's not right, that's not okay. And I was a loud-mouthed girl. But guess what I was told to silence my truth? Guess what I was told to shut up, to be quiet, listen to me, I'm the parent. Guess what I was told by my teachers? Shut up, listen to me, I'm the teacher. I'll tell you when you can go pee. Guess what happened when I went to church? You don't know. You don't speak to God. I speak to God for you. I'm the man. I hold the keys, not you. So there is a systemic system that silences us. It makes us disassociate from the one gift that God gave us. It gaslights us. It silences our inner truth so long that by the time we're 30 and 40 and 50, we're like, we don't even know who the hell we are. Every time we pray, we don't get answers, but we do. And that's why I was so upset, because I didn't realize that every time I was on my hands and knees begging God to help me, to save me, to free me, He was answering me. Literally. Every time I asked, I received. Every time I knocked on His door, He opened it. Okay? And it breaks my heart how many people are sick and tired and hanging on by a string, a thread, because they have been silenced for so long. So that's why I teach these keys for free. You guys can help me by sharing, getting my free guide, learning this information, and telling as many people as you can. So let's go to the next key. Absorbed energy. So a lot of you guys, how many on here are my empaths? How many of you guys can feel energy? You're super hyper aware of energy. You can tell when someone's kind of icky. You can tell when someone has low self-esteem, right? What's the biggest tip I have? Get your freaking intuition. Learn how to get your yes and no. That is the number one thing. Everything else I teach falls upon your intuition. Yeah, Kia, I see you, queen. Yeah. So the number one thing, if I were to go back in time and tell myself one thing, it would be, Heather, do not doubt your intuition. When you get a yes, it's a yes. When it's a no, it's a no. Never, ever, ever let someone gaslight you. Yeah. So you guys, all of my empaths here, right? A lot of us are dumpster garbage cans. We just let people dump on us. And we have such big hearts too, you guys. We just absorb everybody's energy. Right? We just absorb everybody's energy because we want to be helpful, right? We let people just dump and dump and dump. But here's the thing. A lot of you guys actually can be absorbing people's energy and you don't even know it. So it's called quantum entanglement, right? It's a really fancy word for your energies getting entangled with someone else. But the difference is that you actually leave with their energy attached to you. So if you ever gotten a random neck pain or random chest pain, or all of a sudden you're just exhausted, do you guys know it could be absorbed energy from someone you were just sitting at next to church, okay? Going to a movie theater, going to a family get together, right? There are literal energy vampires too, who will try to suck your energy. So here's the thing, you guys. I was a big empath. I would just suck and suck and suck and absorb and absorb and absorb. I had no boundaries, right? When you're a child and you're abused, right? The boundaries don't exist. Okay. Ooh, headaches. We're going to talk about headaches, Ellen. So you guys get my free guide. I go through the keys. Don't forget to follow me. Thanks for tapping the screen and sharing. Share, 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 tap, tap, tap. So this is what you do. How do you know if you have absorbed energy? Well, you test. Your body literally speaks to you through pain. Pain is the secret messenger. Pain is the secret language of the body. You guys, a couple weeks ago, I got off a live and my chest pain just started hurting out of nowhere, right? My chest started killing me. So I asked my body, which key, right? I'm asking the messenger, which key will unlock this pain? Is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it generational? Is it absorbed? Guess what I got? It was absorbed energy. So I knew instantly that this chest pain wasn't mine. So guess what? I cleared the energy. I said, I send this energy back to sender. I fill this space with unconditional love. In literal seconds, pain gone. So you guys can absorb energy. Now I'm going to tell you a story. I tell this story every night. It is very, very, very powerful story about absorbed energy. You guys, I had a friend, she was 27 years old. How do you do it? Just like I said, you just command it to leave your body and you fill it with unconditional love. I'm going to teach you exactly, you guys. At 8 o'clock, we're going to do one-on-ones, and I'm going to show you exactly how I use these keys in real life so you can witness how this is done, okay? So you guys, I'm telling you a story about the absorbed key. We have 2 more keys, and then we're going to do one-on-ones. If you just joined and you don't know what the hell we're talking about, that's okay. You found me, follow me, get my free guide, okay? So I have a friend, she's 27 years old. She comes to me, right? Because she knows that I do healing, that I do holistic healing. She has literally been dealing with massive stomach pain, bloating, constipation, her whole life. Okay, doctors couldn't figure it out. They put her on Miralax. So my friend lived on Miralax. Okay, she's 27 years old. So she comes to my house. I use the 7 keys just like I do with everyone. Thanks, Carrie. Okay, I ask. First I get permission, then I ask, which key will unlock my friend's stomach pain? Is it physical? Nope. Is it emotional? Nope. Is it generational? Nope. Is it absorbed energy? Yes. Wow. Okay, do we need to know more? Because here's the thing, you guys, the messenger will tell you everything you need to know. If I silence the messenger after I unlock a key, she's not going anywhere. I have more to say. So I asked the messenger, do you need to know more? So I kept asking the messenger, what do we need to know? Well, this is what we found out. She was 6 months old. Do we need to know more? Yes, it came from her mom. She absorbed this energy from her mom. Does she need to know more? Yes, the energy was fear. Does she need to know more? Yes, there was some type of accident when she was 6 months old. Okay? So, do we need to know more, messenger? Nope. Guess what? The messenger left. My friend's stomach pain completely went down. The bloating, down in literal minutes. She couldn't believe it. Okay? She couldn't believe it. So, of course, what did she do? She called her mom. This is not body code, but I love body code, right? So many people teach this, you guys. I'm not the only one that teaches this information, but I am the only one that teaches it for free. Okay, all of this information is behind paywalls. It just is. I spent $15,000 in certifications to learn this information. Okay, I teach the 7 keys for free. I also teach you a way to get a yes or no for free. So you can literally get started for free. It's not emotion code. I am certified in that too, though. Does it have a name? It's called Truth Code. It's your truth. It's the freaking Truth Code. Okay, you just need your intuition. You need the 7 keys. The 7 keys, you guys, everything is within the 7 keys. Everything. The keys just help you unlock the truth quicker in seconds. Okay? So, going back to my friend, this is very, very important. She called her mom. Mom, did something happen when I was a 6-month-old baby? Were we in an accident or something? And her mom said, yeah. How did you know that? Who told you? Like, we literally got in a car accident and we should not be here today. It's an absolute miracle that me and you are alive. You guys, my friend, when she was 6 months old, her mother got in a car accident. Her mother literally thought that her and her newborn baby were going to die. She had so much fear and terror that obviously was absorbed by my friend when she was 6 months old. And so this little 6-month-old baby started developing colic so bad, stomach pain so bad, constipation when she was a little girl so bad. The doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong. Why? Because what she was dealing with was spiritual. You cannot find out under a lab if somebody has absorbed energy. And this is what I'm talking about the systemic silencing of our truth, the generational silencing of our truth. Because the truth is she would have known, her mother, how to do this, how to trust her intuition that something was off on her baby. She could have asked her baby, because she is the mother, what is this stomach pain? Is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it generational? Is it absorbed? And she would have got a yes, it's absorbed. And then she would have kept asking the messenger until the messenger told her what it was, and she could have cleared it from her baby in seconds. But no, instead she was silenced. She was taught to silence her truth and give her baby a painkiller. that not only caused my friend multiple stomach pains, chronic constipation, a lifetime of bloating and pain. And all she needed to do was clear one absorbed energy of fear. You guys, that is why I teach these keys. Because there are hundreds, if not thousands of people suffering in 1010 pain because they have absorbed energy, because they have generational trauma, because they have trapped emotional trauma from when they were children. And we have all been taught to silence our freaking gift. Who is the messenger? The messenger is your higher self. Okay? The messenger could be Holy Spirit. It depends on who you're praying and asking to speak to. But you guys, it never lies. It always tells the truth, and it tests with a 99.9% accuracy. Doctors and scientists have proven this. They have done clinical research studies on the power of intuitive testing. Okay, they have literally taken people and did a double-blind study where they use their body to test yes or no. Hey, Suzette. When they got the labs back, the labs matched with a 99.9% accuracy. Why is it not 100%? Because we're human, and the human is the natural enemy to God. Okay, that 1% is human error, not God error. Okay, but that doesn't matter. Okay, so if you guys want to get my free guide, click my picture twice, get my free guide. If you want to buy my $27 guide, okay, my $27 guide teaches you exactly how to clear, exactly how to test what it is, exactly how to do this for other people, like your mom, your friends, if you're a mom, your kids, okay? So let's go to the next key. We only have 2 keys left. If you're new here, welcome. If you don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about the 7 keys that unlock your truth. We're talking about the number one thing that you need to remember, and that is your intuition, okay? That is how to ask your body and receive an answer, a yes or a no. Okay? So let's go to the next key. This is my favorite key. You guys, thanks for tapping those hearts. Keep tapping. Okay, thanks for sharing. If you want to share, this will give people the information that could change your life. You guys do not know how powerful information is. Okay, I had someone reach out to me in my private message. She said, I don't know who you are, but somebody sent me your free guide and it literally changed my life. And you guys, that is why I share this information, because you can literally be the person that changes someone's life in literal seconds. Okay, that is powerful. And it's not for me, it's for other people. It is truth. Okay? It is truth that I want to spread like a wildfire. And I give this information for free. You guys, the amount of information I give just in my free guide and the course that's attached to that is worth thousands and thousands of dollars. In fact, it's priceless. It's priceless because of the information it gives for free. Okay? The free guide is located in my profile. There's a link in my profile. You can go to my website too if you want. You can go to heatherashleyjones.com, but it's all there. Okay, 2 more keys, you guys. I'm so excited to share these keys. Thanks, Alicia. And for those of you who feel called to go really, really deep, I have a spiritual mastery course. If you feel the call, it's for you. If you're like, man, I know I'm supposed to work with this woman one-on-one, you're ready. Okay, the spiritual key. You guys, we only have 2 keys left. In 10 minutes, we're going to be doing one-on-ones. Thank you, Peace Inside Official. You guys, we're going to talk about the spiritual key. Okay, there's 7 keys. This is the spiritual key. When I was a little girl, I was attacked by demonic entities. When I was a little girl, I physically saw shadow entities. I had night terrors and sleep paralysis like you couldn't even believe. Okay, I was absolutely afraid to go to bed at night because I didn't know what terrors I was going to have, and I didn't know if I was going to wake up with my mouth bound shut. And so this happened from 3 to 6, 7 years old. There was a lot of chaos in my home. There was a lot of toxicity in my home. When kids scream and say there's a monster in their room, you guys, there really might be a monster in their room. Alicia, yeah. So I would wake up and I would try to go to my mom and dad's room and there would be a shadow entity that was shape-shifting or morph. Or I'd wake up and I couldn't scream. Okay? So when I was a little girl, I've always believed in Jesus and God. I've always believed in them. Why? Because I witnessed the darkness. And so when I went to church every Sunday and we read scripture about Jesus casting demonic entities out of people and into swine, I knew that was not some fancy parable. Okay, I knew that Jesus was literally casting demonic entities into swine. When Jesus taught Peter, James, and John, right, they were trying to cast demonic entities out and they couldn't, and Jesus cast them out in seconds. They said, well, why could you and we couldn't? He said, because some things require fasting and prayer. You guys, these were not parables or made up stories. This was literally Jesus showing us, first of all, that we have the power, that Satan can crush your heel. Do you think that feels good to have your heel crushed? Okay, Jesus said Satan can crush your heel, but you can bash him on the head. So yes, I teach the spiritual key, and yes, I've worked with hundreds of people who have been possessed by demonic entities or unclean spirits, or have had fiery darts of the adversary thrown at them. But I don't teach these keys for fear. There is literally no fear when I talk about these things, okay? They're like flies to me. They're annoying little pests. That's how I see them now, because I recognize my power and I've healed from my childhood trauma, right? I was so terrified, now I'm not. So I had an experience with a tall shadow hat man in my 30s. He's really, guys, hundreds of people have seen him. He's actually in that movie K-pop Demon Hunters, okay? It's this thin, slender man with a tall top hat. And he tends to show up, I think, right before really big spiritual awakenings, but he siphons energy. Okay? So, I'm here to teach the spiritual key so that you could know that in literal seconds you can test if you have a demonic attachment, if you have an unclean spirit, if you have a familiar, if you have a jinx, a curse, a hex, right? So there are things that could be happening to you physically and you could know. You could literally know in seconds. So let me tell you a personal story. When I was 21 years old, I started getting severe migraines. I didn't know what they were. I was 21, okay? It was almost every day of the week. I was getting excruciating pain so bad. My vision was going blurry. I felt like nauseous, like I was going to throw up. I would literally have to lay in a dark room with the lights out, with an ice pack on my head, a covering over my eyes, right? It was that severe. I went to the doctors. The doctor prescribed me to a specialist. I went to the specialist. The specialist said, oh, you're just having migraines. It's normal. You guys, if any doctor tells you that pain is normal, never go to them again. If any doctor says, here, take a painkiller that has over 100 side effects, you guys, the doctor put me on Imitrex. Okay? Not only should this drug be banned from the market, okay, I was 21 years old, and he put me on a medication that actually stops your heart from beating. 100 other side effects. Okay? I didn't know. I was 21. I was taught to silence my truth. You guys, my messenger was screaming at me, trying to tell me what was wrong. I silenced her with Imitrex. So now I'm on Imitrex for 11 years. A freaking decade and a year. Okay? At 32 years old, I was in a situation where I could not get to my medication. And this was a godsend, actually. I couldn't get to my medication. I was in an appointment. Okay? I was hours away. And I felt it coming on. I knew it. I was like, oh, shoot. If I don't get my medicine, I'm literally going to go to the emergency room. So I called my friend. Who does Reiki healing energy work. I said, I need you, please. I'm begging you to tap in because I'm about to go full-blown migraine. Please. So she says, okay, I'll call you back. She calls me back. She said, Heather, she said, you are being attacked by legions of entities. And you guys, I felt the chill up my spine and I knew what she said was true. So I went into the bathroom and I went to cast them out, and my mouth was bound shut. I could not speak. But you better believe I could pray in my mind, and I prayed to God and I prayed to Jesus, and I said, in the name of Jesus, I cast these legions of demonic entities out. And you guys, for the first time in 11 freaking years, I did not get a migraine without my medication. And that was literal proof to me that demonic entities can give you physical pain. Physical pain. So the next time you get a migraine or a headache or sharp pain in your chest, now that you have the keys, when you learn how to ask yes or no, which you can, and it says it's spiritual and it's an unclean spirit or demonic or an entity or whatever it is, you can literally clear it in seconds. You guys, and that is so, 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 so powerful. That's what my integrative medicine doctor just told me. Wow, you have an integrative medicine doctor that talks about spiritual warfare? That's, yes, powerful. Thank you, Suzette. So you guys, there are two sides to the spiritual key. Okay, we have one more key. We're going to do some one-on-ones. There are two sides to the spiritual key. Yes, some things are not pleasant, but there's another side. There's another side. How many of you guys have been dealing with massive fatigue, ringing in the ear, feeling like you've been swimming underwater? Yeah, Alicia, I love speaking about this stuff. Okay, me, totally. Are you Christian? I believe in God and Jesus. Yes. Yes, look at all these people. Thank you, Suzette. I record all of my YouTube videos, but I don't have a specific video on that. But if you want to share, you can go on YouTube and you can watch all the live recordings. So you guys, I want to tell you something. Lately, I have been extremely fatigued and exhausted. Extremely fatigued, right? I've been taking 3-hour naps. I'm tired. I've been dealing with massive ringing in the ears. It just finally cleared up, I would say, within the last week. So I have been testing it's spiritual, but I have been testing that it's integration, that it's ascension. So my body is ascending to a higher beliefs, right? My body is ascending, it's integrating. And so as you are become spiritually awakened, as your body integrates, sometimes it mimics sickness and pain. Sometimes you need more rest. Yeah. Sometimes you just need to go hug a tree, get some sunshine, put your feet in some dirt and ground. So whenever I test yes, spiritual to the good stuff, I know that I need to do more prayer, more consecration. Okay. More sunshine, more water. And your body will tell you exactly what you need to do. Okay. You might test that the ringing in the ear is an angel trying to speak to you or a message, or it could just be integration, right? There's so many things, but it doesn't mean it has to be bad. It could be good. Okay. So that is the spiritual key. How many of you guys love the keys, right? Been needing silence and rest. Yeah. So you guys, cause I'm a go. I'm a manifesting generator. Through childhood trauma, if I'm not doing, I'm being lazy. So it's really hard for me to rest, right? Sometimes my body forces me to rest. It says you need integration, you need rest. Okay. That's spiritual. Okay. That's a part of loving yourself, unconditional love for yourself. Rest, right? Rest is okay. It doesn't mean you're not doing anything wrong. You don't have to be busy to be enough. Okay? So let's go to the next key. We only have one more key. You guys, this key was the very last key that I needed. And I will tell you my personal experience on how I acknowledged this key. So I was dealing with chronic chest pain, bad chest pain, right? This is way before COVID too. And I went to the doctors just to make sure I didn't, because I'm actually prone to strep throat. Nothing. All the labs came back clear. They said, you must have a virus. That's what they said. It's just a virus. I never have known a virus to literally feel like your ribs are crushing in. Okay. So I was going on with this chest pain about 3 weeks. And finally, I had enough. And so I asked my body, I said, what is this chest pain? And my body told me it was not from this lifetime. And I was like, what does that mean? Okay, I'm a little hard-headed. So I waited a couple more days. And then I asked my body again, I asked the messenger. I said, messenger, what is this pain? And she told me, this pain is not from this lifetime. So I went on YouTube. I found a past life regression meditation. I did the meditation, you guys, and I saw myself in vision. I was transported to a time where I was a redheaded princess of types. I was in a castle. I was in my room all by myself, bawling my eyes out. I could feel every memory this woman had. I knew that she was treated less than the dog. I knew that she was being abused and that she was being used to bring male heirs into this kingdom. And she was silenced. And she was broken. And she was alone. And she was a woman, worthless. And so when I came out of that vision, my chest still hurt so bad. But now I'm like, okay, what do I do with this information? That was crazy. So I reached out to my friend, the same friend actually who told me about the demonic entities attached to me. But she came from the same religious background as me, so I didn't know if she believed in multiple lives or things like that. But I didn't care. I was like, I just need a session. So I reached out to her and I said, hey, would you be willing to do a session? I've been dealing with this really bad chest pain. That's all I told her. She's like, sure. So we scheduled an appointment the next day. I went in and I saw her. About 5 to 10 minutes into the session, I was brave enough and I asked her, I said, hey, do you believe in multiple lives? Because I said, I think this is what it is. She's like, oh my gosh. She's like, yes, I do. And she said, I see a little red-headed girl running through the fields. And you guys, when she said that, I say this every night, but it was a lightning bolt that shot through my body. It was like the Holy Spirit said, yes, this is it. You guys, the second that I got that confirmation, I knew that she was seeing the same vision of me. Little. You guys, the second I heard truth and she confirmed what I saw, that chest pain that I had for almost 4 weeks was completely gone. Gone. And so I knew without a shadow of a doubt that there had to be something, that we are beings that live multiple lifetimes. Yay, Connie. Amy, that means you're ready, Queen. I did the same thing with my mentors. She said, I bought from you, but I don't understand how or what to do. That's okay, love. Everything is step by step. Everything is step by step. So you guys, those are the 7 keys. Okay? Those are the 7 keys. So when you tap into your intuition, you guys, your intuition cannot lie. It tests with a 99.9% accuracy, which means when my body tells me a yes, it is a yes. When my body tells me it's a no, it's a no. So now that I have the 7 keys, I can ask my body. Okay, key number 1 is your body speaks to you. We have to listen to the messenger. Which other key now will unlock the truth? Is it physical? Yes or no? Is it spiritual? Yes or no? Is it generational? Yes or no? Is it past life? Is it absorbed? Okay? Is it emotional? Your body will tell you. And then I keep asking the messenger until the messenger says you don't need to know anymore. I can leave. And the pain will be gone in literal minutes. Okay? How freaking cool is that? Why does not everybody in the world teach this? Because if they did, the matrix would crumble overnight. Our system would literally be destroyed within the night because people would wake up and know their truth. They would know exactly how to heal themselves in seconds. And that is 100% truth. Because I've seen it happen night after night after night, client after client after client. Every single one-on-one I do, it's the root in seconds. And you can do the same thing. You can do the exact same thing. And you guys, that is the biggest lie we have ever been told, is that we cannot heal ourselves and that we do not have the power to do so. How do we know when it's a dream or a memory? You can intuitively test. You can intuitively test. Yes, Jennifer. Okay, so who's ready to do one-on-ones? Shelby, are you still here, Queen? Who's ready to do one-on-ones? So you guys, I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. This is what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to think that I'm your savior or your healer and that you're going to come on here and I'm going to fix all your problems, because that's not what I'm trying to demonstrate. I'm trying to show people through proof that these keys work and that I can get to the root cause of your pain in seconds, but I don't do any of the healing you do. And that's what's so powerful about this. Okay, is I literally am giving people permission to do this work on their own. So you guys, in my $27 guide, I know I say this every night, but it's not always going to be $27. So it is going to go up to $47. So get it before it goes up. Okay, when God tells me it's time, it's time. But for now, I keep getting $27. My $27 guide teaches you exactly how to do what I'm going to be doing tonight. It goes through every key. It teaches you the same exact system that I certified to learn. Thank you, Amy. It gives you all of the charts. So if it's spiritual, what? If it's physical, what? If it's emotional, what? If it's generational, what? Okay? And then it teaches you the safe, appropriate way to do this for other people. Okay? Because I'm not walking around proclaiming to be a healer. Thank you, Jennifer. And I don't want you walking around thinking people heal themselves. Okay, that is free agency. People have to believe, and the people have to trust and ask, and they'll receive the healing. Okay, there's a method. It's God's method. It's Jesus's method. All right, so if you want me to work with you, is Shelby still here? Yes, Lisa, you're so welcome. Okay, I need someone to help me moderate. Does anybody want to help me be a moderator tonight? Hi, Amy. So you guys, first, once I get someone to help moderate, then we'll pick some people. Carrie, thank you. Okay, I'm going to pin you. Let's see. Where did you go? Doo-doot. Doo-doot. There we go. Add moderator. Confirm. Okay. Thank you, Carrie. Okay. I requested to follow you, but you have a private account. Okay, so this is what, Carrie, I'll have you help me do. Okay, thank you, Lisa. Here, I'll pin you too. Hey, Lisa, thank you, babe. I'll make you moderator too, so that way in the future. Okay, so this is what I need you guys to do. I need you to, in this order, so it's easier for them to pin, you need to say what your pain level is. Okay, 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10. Okay, that you give me permission, and then you tell me where is it located or what's the physical problem. Okay, so that's what you have to do in that order. And then, so Carrie, if you can find someone who's done all three, and then you will pin them at the top. So you have to put it in order. What your pain level is, I give you permission, and where it's located, right? Like I have a 9-10 pain in my neck, I give you permission. It has to look like that. And then Carrie is going to pin you. And then those are the people that I will work with, because it's really hard for me to try to pick people and then also do it. Okay. And then Lisa, you can pin someone too. Carrie's having a hard time. Do you guys know how to pin them? Let me follow some people back. And then you guys make sure to get the free guide, share it. If you want to learn how to do what I do, get the $27 guide. Okay, it's literally the entire system. Okay. Okay, so Lisa, 8 out of 10, and it's neck and lower back. Okay, perfect. And then when I'm done with her, you guys, I'll have you pick the next person. Okay, so you guys, this is exactly how I do this. So I teach you how to do this in my $27 guide because there is a method. You have to have permission. That's why I asked Lisa if I can have permission. Okay, do I have permission? Yes. So Lisa has neck pain and lower back pain. When you have multiple pain, okay, you're going to ask the messenger if they're connected, because if they're not connected, you have to treat them separately because they will need different keys to unlock the pain. So is her neck and lower back connected? So I got to know. So what's first priority? Your lower back, Lisa. Okay, so we're going to work on her lower back. So I'm going to ask Lisa's messenger which key is going to unlock her back pain. It's physical, emotional, spiritual. It's generational is the first key. Okay, do we need to know more, right? We don't silence the messenger. Yes, we do. Is it from mom? It's from your dad. Does she need to know how many generations back? No. Does she need to know the emotion? Yes. So in my $27 guide, I list all the emotions so you can know exactly which one it is. Okay, so front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62. So worthless. You guys, there's over 70 emotions, and have you noticed, Kia and Lisa, that it's been worthless like almost every time? Does she need to know more? No. So this is what you're going to do, you guys. This is the fastest way that I have seen anybody heal any type of trauma in seconds, and that is breath and unconditional love. So again, I've been certified and people have all these huge elaborate ways and systems to clear. You don't need that. You need to hold sacred space for your body. Okay, this is me holding sacred space. Unconditional love transforms, alchemizes everything. It alchemizes every single emotion, negative emotion. So Lisa, this is what you're going to do. You're going to hold on to your back, or just pay attention to your back, and you're going to say, I command the generational trauma of worthless that is trapped in my back to leave now, and I fill it with unconditional love. You guys, breath, babies know how to do it when they're born. When we are stressed or in pain, we actually stop breathing. When you stop breathing, your body produces cortisol because it shuts off oxygen to the brain. That cortisol causes stress and inflammation in the body. You guys, stress is the leading cause of death because inflammation, causes more toxins, parasites, it's systemic. And the fastest way we can help our bodies is breath. So when you breathe in unconditional love, you want to see the pain leaving through breath. Okay? And you just feel your body releasing that worthless energy, Lisa. Another thing is sometimes we don't know how to hold sacred space, or we haven't for years. Our bodies know how to purge the emotion. This is not emotion code. Okay, this is the truth code. I have certified an emotion code. Everybody teaches, right? I teach this information for free. I teach these keys for free. Okay? When you release any type of trauma, your body can shake. It can get really hot and sweaty. It can get freezing cold. It could feel like purging, like you need to throw up, or like burping. So trust that as you guys are releasing these emotions, your body knows how to move the energy. Okay? So Lisa, how are you doing? Does she need another key for her back? No, I got to know. So Lisa, this should take your back pain to an 8, a 7, a 6, a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1, a 0 tonight. Just that one generational trauma. Okay, so now we're going to tap into your neck pain. Is her neck pain physical, emotional, spiritual? Spiritual. It's the good? Nope. Okay, it's spiritual. Unclean spirit, demonic, a deceiver. So it's a deceiver entity attached to your neck. Lisa, are you here? So it's a deceiver entity. You guys, deceiver entities. I purchased the guide and it opened in a browser. Will I receive the download? It should go instantly into your email and be opened instantly, Audra. Which guide did you get? If you got the free guide or the purchase guide, okay, go straight to your email and it should open up completely. Yeah. If not, email me your email and I could double check. Yeah, that's weird. It is a download, PDF download. So send me your email and I'll resend it because that's weird. All right, is Lisa still here? Leesa. Or is she getting filtered? I swear people are getting filtered. You're welcome, Audra. Sorry, that's so frustrating. But I'll make sure after this live tonight that I resend it out. Just make sure you send me a private message with your email. Or actually, I can look up your name, Audra. Audraleas, love. Okay. Is Lisa still here, you guys? Or is she getting filtered? So far, this makes sense. Okay. So, Lisa, how's your back pain? So this deceiver entity, we're going to clear that now. So first, we have to ask if there's more. Okay, was there more? Yes. Does she need to know the age? Yes. 1 through 5, 5 through 10, age 5, age 6. So at age 6, Lisa, this is when this deceiver entity attached to you. Does she need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. 65 is love unreceived. Oh, good. She's like, it is calmed down. So love unreceived at age 6, Lisa. Was it a specific incident? Yes. Was it physical? Was it sexual? Yes. Was there sexual abuse that happened at age 6? So you guys, during trauma, our bodies release chemicals based off of our own emotional thoughts. So everything has frequency. Feeling unloved, unworthy, feeling fear, feeling scared, okay? Feeling worthless, that is energy. And that gets released into our body during trauma, okay? Those are belief systems. Those belief systems have an energetic frequency. They emit frequency. Lower vibrational entities will see that frequency and they'll attach to it. Okay, that's okay. So that's how we have like demonic possession or deceiver or entities that can come in. And they're attached to that frequency. So that's why we have to go to that childhood age and heal that. Okay. We have to heal that emotional frequency so that we can turn it off. We can fill that with unconditional love. Okay. And then we clear out those deceiver entities. Okay. So at 6, love unreceived. Does she need to know more? No. So what we're going to do, Lisa, is I'm going to have you command, okay, this is attached to your neck. I command, are there more than one? No. I command this deceiver entity that's attached to my neck to leave now. I remove any tracers or trackers that have been implanted into my body, and I become invisible. You can never, ever find me or see me in any timelines, in any dimensions, in any space. And I fill that worthless energy with unconditional love, love unreceived, with unconditional love. And then Lisa, I want you to see your 6-year-old self. And I want you to tell her the truth. Whatever she asks you that she needs, I want you to tell her the truth. So when you see your 6-year-old self, ask her, what do you need? I'm here for you. And I give it to you. Okay? So you're going to remove any distortions or lies. You guys, some people have no memory of their childhood. Like, who in here has no memory of your childhood? So my husband had no memory of 7 on. Like, completely gone. He could see pictures and kind of have memories. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So if you do not have any memory of your childhood, there could be multiple options or multiple reasons. But the number one reason for all of that is because you experienced some type of severe trauma, whether that was physical or sexual or emotional. The trauma was so horrific that your body protected you from that. It hid it. Or it was so bad you disassociated, remember? And you left your body. So there is no memory because you weren't there. So I love that. She's like, I need to unlock it. Here's the truth. As you start practicing these keys that I teach you, as you start tapping into your intuition and you ask your body, what do I need to release? What is first priority? You're going to start releasing and clearing things, but you're going to start trusting your body, and you're going to start filling yourself with unconditional love. And you are going to get to a point where there is safety in your body, and that where you are so confident and empowered in yourself that you will now have enough safety and enough boundaries so that when your body shows you that memory, it doesn't throw you off. Okay? It doesn't throw you into psychosis or into a mental spiral, into depression or anxiety. Okay? So your body knows exactly what it's doing by protecting you from that. So my husband, after 15 years of working with me, for the first time had a memory of sexual abuse. But because we had created safety, because we had created boundaries, and he knew who he was, he knew his worth, he was unconditional love, he was able to witness that, and it didn't destroy him. Okay? If your body were to show you in your current state or condition the traumas, would you be able to handle it? And if it's a no, it means that there's some work we need to do. There's some parameters and boundaries we need to set up for your mental health and your mental safety. Hey, Brock. Hey, Veronica. So your body knows exactly what you need to do to heal and clear things. So, Lisa, how are you doing? So you don't have to witness the trauma to see that little girl for her to tell you what she needs to heal that, right? So my husband didn't need to see his 6-year-old self being, molested. Before that, his body told him all the things that he needed to clear to fill himself with unconditional love. So then when he saw that little boy and he saw the brokenness, he was able to tell that little boy the truth. That what happened to you doesn't define you. You're no less than. You're pure. You're innocent. Right? All the things. You're welcome, Lisa. Lisa, how is your neck pain feeling? How is your back pain feeling? Oh, Lisa, she's like, I'm good. Tears and chills. Yeah. Good job, Queen. So you guys, these things, your body speaks to you, and it will tell you exactly what you need to do, exactly where you need to pay attention to. It's just the messenger. The pain is the messenger trying to get a hold of you, but we've been taught to silence it for so long. And that's why we're in so much chronic pain and fatigue and exhaustion. Okay. Go ahead and pin the next person for me. Gracie, I feel hard to breathe for almost a year now. Oof. Got to get the keys. You guys, get my free guide. If you're in pain right now and you haven't gotten my free guide, you guys, this is literally, I know it's hard because it's like it's free. Okay, it's priceless. It's priceless. The information just in the free guide is priceless. If you're ready to go all in and you want to invest just a little bit of money on yourself, these things that I teach are life-changing. Is Lisa here and Carrie? Are you guys able to pin the next person? Here, we'll do you, Audra, since you told me everything. Okay, so Audra Love. She said her spine, and that you gave me permission. Okay. And then Amy Davis, we can do you next. I don't know where my peeps are. Okay. Okay. Oh, and you said Andrew shoulders. Okay, spine and shoulders. Okay, so I have permission to test Amy. No. So Amy, do you give me permission? I mean, Audra. I have permission to test Audra. Yes, I got a yes. I asked the wrong name. So Audra. Spine and shoulders. So, yes, Rock. I love Veronica. She says, I have the $27 guide and it's a game changer. Definitely priceless. Yes, we can do you next. So let me just write this down. I have Amy, Love, and then Alicia. Okay. So Audra, what's first? Her spine, your shoulders are first. Okay, so we're going to ask which key? Physical, emotional, spiritual. Is it the good side? Nope, it's the bad side. Unclean spirit, so demonic. Okay, demonic attached to your shoulder. Does she need to know more? Yes. Does she need to know what age? Yes. Age 1 through 5, age 5 through 10, age 5, age 6. So at age 7, Audra, is when this demonic, are there more than one? Are there legion? So this is when legions of entities attach to you at age 7. Okay. Does she need to know the emotion? No, she doesn't need to know the emotion. Does she need to know okay. Does she need to, so you don't need to know any more other than you were age 7. I'm gonna sneeze. So at age 7, so this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna command these legions of entities to leave your body. So we're gonna do that first. So I command these legions of entities that are attached to my shoulder to leave now. I remove any tracers or trackers from my body, and I become invisible to you. You can never ever find me in any timelines, in any dimensions, or any space. And I fill that space with unconditional love. And then I want you to see your 7-year-old self. And if you can't see her, I just want you to feel that she's next to you, and I want you to tell her the truth. I want you to get rid of all the distortions and the lies when she was 7 years old. Good job. And then remember to just keep breathing in unconditional love and breathing out the pain through your shoulder. Does she need another key for her shoulder? Nope. That was it. Has that been cleared? 100%. That's been cleared, Audra. Good job. Let me know as your shoulder pain goes down, okay? It should slowly go down. Does she need another key for her shoulder? Nope. Does she need another key for her spine? Yes. So now we're ready to treat your spine. So same thing, just like the shoulder, we're going to ask, is it physical, emotional, spiritual, generational? It's generational. You're welcome, Audra. It's generational. The spine is attached to generational. Is it from mom? It's from your dad's side. Does she need to know how many generations? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lifetimes. Multiple lifetimes of the same from the masculine, from the male side. Okay. Not just this lifetime, multiple lifetimes. Okay. Front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. You guys, the numbers that I'm counting are just the numbers on my guide. Okay. So I'm counting these when you hear me counting numbers. So 65, love unreceived. So generationally, through the male line, right, through epigenetics, there is a blueprint in the DNA of love unreceived. Okay, that is in your body now. We're going to clear that from your spine. This is how you do it. I command this generational trauma to leave my body now. This love unreceived, I command you to leave my body, and I fill it with unconditional love. I clear this through all timelines, through all dimensions, and through all space. And then breathe unconditional love into your spine and breathe out the pain. Does she need another key for her spine? Holy cow. Nope. I am Heather. This is truth. Does she need another key for her spine? Does she need another key for her shoulder? Nope. That was it. Audra. Huge. Let us know how you're feeling. Making sure to breathe. And then Amy, if you can let me know everything again so I can pin you at the top. And then Audra, how are you feeling, Queen? Thank you, Kia. Yep, tap, tap, tap. So goal is 100K, you guys. Goal is to get to 100K by 9:30. So let's get there. And make sure you're sharing. And please do not be one of those people. You guys learn this information. I'm teaching you how to fish so that you never, ever, ever have to rely on anybody else to fish for you. Thank you, Audra. How are you feeling, love? And then Amy Love, did you, I need you to just say what your stuff is again. And then Alicia, you're next. Yes, Alicia, you're after Amy. Yes, BB Kells. How's it been going, Queen? Okay, Alicia, I'm going to do you first because I don't see Amy Love. I think she's getting filtered. Sorry, Amy. We'll do you next. Okay, so Alicia. Hey, Queen. How are you doing, love? Okay, Alicia has 9 pain, and it's in her head, neck, shoulders, mid, lower back. Ooh, okay. Head, neck, shoulders, and back. There you are, Amy. Now I see you. Amy's like, what the hell? Amy, I'm sorry. TikTok is filtering comments. So I'll do you next, Amy. Amy, will you do me a favor? Put in your pain level what we're treating, and I give you permission, and I promise I will pay attention so that I can see that. So did you send it through and it's not going in? Okay. So when you guys, oh, there she is. There she is. I have 9 times, LOL. Okay, so you have a 9. Amy, I'm just going to write this down real quick so that I know. Just let me know where it's at. Okay, so with Alicia, do I have permission? Yes. Okay, neck. Got it, Amy. Got it. So when I'm done with Alicia, we'll be able to get that. We'll be able to look at that. So you guys, while you're just waiting to go next, tap, 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 tap. Let's get this to 100K. I do not get paid for this. It lets TikTok know that people are enjoying this live, and it will send this information to other people so they too can have this information for free. Alicia. Okay. Lots of things, girl. Head, neck, shoulder, back. Are these all connected? No. Are the head, neck, shoulder connected? No. Are the head and neck connected? Yes. Okay, thank goodness. So the head and neck are connected. The shoulder and back are separate. So your body wants you to do your back first. Sorry, I was just reading the comments and I got distracted. Okay. Back pain. What does she want treated first? What does the body want? The head, neck. Okay, the back. So what key is first? Is it physical, emotional, spiritual? The good? Nope, the bad. Is it unclean? Is it demonic? It's a deceiver. It's a curse. It's a hex. Interesting. So a hex. A hex was put on you. Hexes and curses actually don't work unless we allow them to. And of course, as children, we don't know if people are putting curses or hexes on us. Do we need to know the age? Yes. 1 through 5, 5 through 10, age 5, age 6. So at age 7, a hex was put on you. Does she need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. Okay, worry. So there was lots of worry. Does she need to know by who? No. Well, that's good. So Alicia, back pain, mid-back. Okay, I command this hex that was placed on me when I was age 7 to leave now. This worry that I felt at age 7, I fill it with unconditional love. And then just breathe in, breathe out, unconditional love. Okay, does she need another key for her back? No. That will take her back pain to a 0. Tonight, no. A 6, a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2. So that back pain will go to a 1 tonight. Does she need another key for her back tonight? Does she need another key for her back tonight? So tomorrow you can give another key for your back, but tonight it'll get down to a 1. How do you keep yourself clear and healthy when you're helping someone else heal themselves? Because you are not doing the healing. So when I'm helping someone else, I'm giving them the tools to do it themselves. And so I'm not using up any of my energy nor any of my capacity. I'm just holding sacred space. All right, Alicia, how's that feeling, Queen? Now we're going to test the shoulder. Nope, now your body wants to do the head and neck. What are the keys? Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational. Where do these, they're keys. So the keys come from the Truth Code. It's a system that I created after spending 10 years and over $15,000 in certifications. Oh, good. So keep breathing as that clears. That should get down to a 1 tonight. So I'm asking Alicia's neck pain, which key to unlock the pain, the truth. So as soon as the messenger gives you the truth, the pain leaves. Okay, for her head and neck, it's physical, emotional, it's spiritual again. Unclean spirit, demonic, a deceiver, a curse, another hex. Okay, was it the same one from she was 7? Yes. Okay, so the same, my name is Heather. Her neck pain is spiritual. It's a hex. Was it at a different time? Okay. So same age, you were hexed again. Is it a different emotion? Yes. Front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. This energy was lost. So once again, at age 7, this is connected to your head and neck. It's the energy of feeling lost. So I command this hex to leave my body. I fill it with unconditional love, and I remove the lost energy that I felt at 7. And I fill that with unconditional love. Okay? Keep breathing. Hey, John. Does she need another key for her head and neck? Yes. Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational from your dad. Multiple generations? Yes. Multiple lifetimes? Yes. Front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. Taken for granted. Oh, yeah. Good job. Yawning is definitely energy moving. So now again in your neck, head and neck, I command this generational trauma of taken for granted to leave my body now. I fill it with unconditional love. I clear this in all timelines, in all dimensions, in all space. Keep breathing. Okay. Why do you say my name is Heather? Okay, so I can intuitively test really, really fast. My intuition will tell me when I need to slow down. So how I get back to truth is I say my name is Heather, because that is my name. If I get a no, it means I'm off balance. But when I say my name is Heather and I'm speaking truth, I want to make sure that the answer that I spoke out loud was truth. If it wasn't, I need to redirect, because I have consecrated my space, my energy for 100%, 90 to 100% truth, right? So if I feel like I'm going too fast or I'm speaking out of alignment, not truth, then I will redirect. So that is me redirecting and coming back to truth. Good job, Alicia. Thank you for asking. All right. Does she have another key for her head and neck? No. Will that pain get down to a 0? Yes. Will it get down to a 0 tonight? Yes. So now she has shoulder pain. Who are they? I'm not sure what you're talking about. This works on physical pain, injuries, money blocks, relationship problems. Okay. The number one thing is your intuition speaks to you. Okay. Your body is an instrument. You can ask any single question, anything. Ask and you shall receive. That is the lie, that we ask and we don't receive instantly. Okay, the lie is that when we knock, God doesn't open the door instantly. Okay, ask, you shall receive. You have to start remembering how your intuition speaks to you. Okay, good job. So next is your shoulders. Shoulders. Physical, emotional, spiritual. Again, unclean spirit, demonic, deceiver this time. You have a deceiver entity. Are there more than one? Yes. Do we need to know how many? Yes. Are there more than 5? No. 1, 2. So there's 3 deceiver entities attached to your shoulder. Does she need to know when? Yes. Age 1 through 5, 5 through 10. Age 5, age 6, at age 7. Oh, 7 was a big year for you. Does she need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. So 65 is love unreceived. Love unreceived. That's good. Yeah, trust the timing. I feel like sometimes, because I'm on live, people feel like they have to clear really fast, but your body will clear exactly how it needs to. Does she need to know more about the deceiver entities? Yes. Does she need to know the exact memory? No. Does she need to know the person involved? Yes. Was it your mom? Was it your dad? Was it your brother? Do you have sister, Alicia? Were you a protector? Absorbing? Does she need to know more? No. So let's go ahead and clear these deceiver entities. Yay, Maricela. She said, my left knee healed. Alicia. Okay. I was asking, but then I got that I did need to know more to clear. But something was around your sisters. Gotcha. Okay. So let's command these deceiver entities to leave. So I command these deceiver entities that are attached to my shoulder to leave now. I remove any tracers or trackers from my body. I become invisible to you. You can never, ever find me in any timelines, in any dimensions, in any space. I fill that space with unconditional love. I remove that energy from when I was 7. I fill it with unconditional love. That love unreceived. I want you to see your 7-year-old self, and I want you to see her being filled with all the love, being completely healed. Has that been cleared? Yes, 100% yes. Does she need another key for her head, neck, shoulder, or back? Nope, that was it. That was it, Alicia. So let us know as that drops down to a 0 so that we can all support you. And you guys, thanks for tapping. Thanks for sharing. Let's get to 100,000, you guys. We're so close. We're halfway there. Let's get there in the next 30 minutes. We can do this. And then if you guys want, make sure you get my $27 guide. That will teach you exactly how I'm doing this. Everything you've said, I remember. Ooh, Alicia. Let us know, Queen, as that pain slowly shifts with breath. And just feel your body incorporating all the unconditional love, alchemizing, healing. All right, Amy, are you still here? Are you ready? And then up next, and then we'll have our next. Did you say I was a protector? Yes. So that's what I got, that you were absorbing and taking on their energy, especially that love unreceived energy. Oh, I did not cover your pelvic or abdomen. We could do that real quick too. Is Amy here? If you guys see Amy, let me know so I can pin her. Yeah. Definitely the big sister protector for her. Okay, does she need a key for her pelvic? Yes. Is her pelvic, are those connected? Yes. Okay, physical, emotional, spiritual again, Alicia. Unclean, demonic, deceiver, another deceiver. Does she need to know more? Yes. Age 1 through 5, 5 through 10, age 5, age 6, age 7 again. Jiminy crickets. Multiple, yes. More than 5, no. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3 deceiver entities. 3 deceiver entities. Does she need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63. Worthless. Feeling worthless at age 7. Does she need to know more? Yes. Does she need to know the memory? Yes. Okay. Were there people involved? Yes. Mom, dad, brothers, sisters. Was this younger sister? Yeah. So this was with younger sister. Was there a specific moment? There was a specific moment that happened. Does she need to know more? No. So a specific moment for you and your younger sister when this deceiver entity attached. Does she need to know more? Nope. So we can go ahead and clear. Okay, Amy. And then we'll do Amy and then we'll do Marisol. Okay, you know the time of the year. Okay, perfect. So I command this deceiver entity to leave my body now. These deceiver entities to leave my body now. I remove any tracers and trackers, and I fill this space with unconditional love. I become invisible to you, and you can never find me in any timelines, in any dimensions, in any space. I want you to see that 11-year-old or that 7-year-old, Alicia. Okay, homework tonight is to do more with your 7-year-old, but I want you to see her in that moment with your sister, and I need you to tell her the truth. Okay, she was 7. It was not her responsibility to carry the weight of the world on her shoulders, to be everything. Okay, you were just a 7-year-old little girl. She needs to be filled with unconditional love. She needs to be filled with worth beyond measure. Okay? And command that she be healed in all timelines, in all dimensions in space, and see her being completely healed. And that will release any of the frequencies that you may have carried when you were 7 that are attracting those entities. Okay? Has that been cleared? Yes, 100%. Yes. Does she need another key for her pelvis? Nope, that was it. So let us know, Alicia, when those all start clearing. Okay? And you guys, thanks for tapping. Sharing. All right, Amy, are you ready? She has neck pain and it's a 9. It's physical. I have permission. Yes. It's physical, emotional, spiritual, Amy. It's spiritual. It's the good. No, it's the bad. An unclean spirit. It's demonic. Are there more than one? Yes. Are there legion? Yes. So legions of entities attached to your neck. Does she need to know the age? Yes. 1 through 5, 5 through 10, 5, 6. Wow. 7 is the age tonight. Amy, age 7. Does she need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 67, 68, 69. Creative insecurity. Creative insecurity. Okay. Does she need to know more? No. So, Amy, I command these legions of entities that are attached to me to leave now. I remove any tracers or trackers from my body, and I become invisible to you in all timelines, in all dimensions, in all space. And I fill that space with unconditional love. And then I want you to see yourself at 7. Creative insecurity. Were you a super outgoing, wild girl and you got really insecure about it? Did somebody make you feel bad about being you? What if you don't want to know more? That's not up to you. It's up to the messenger. What are the numbers? You guys, in my $27 guide, I list all the emotions. I list everything for every chart. So I'm just testing which one it is. Yes, this works with autoimmune disorder. It works with anything. Okay? So whatever physical pain, disease, sickness you have, your body will tell you how to heal it. Okay? Your body will tell you how to heal yourself, exactly what to do in order to heal it. Have you noticed that most of these things that these women are dealing with are spiritual? Because most everything starts as a frequency. Everything starts as energy. Okay? Literally. Childhood trauma happens. That trauma creates a resonance, a frequency in your body. Every thought has an emotion. Every emotion has a frequency, a chemical. Okay? That chemical, Your body tries to repair it through nutrients. The nutrients come and they try to fight off that worthless energy in your body when you were 7. Guess what? You never clear that because you're taught to silence your truth, so that energy frequency stays in your body. You become nutrient deficient, then toxins show up, then parasites show up, then entities show up because they see that the vibrational frequency. They're attracted to that. They stay in there. They imprint. They latch on. And they will stay there and feed off of your life force energy until you recognize they're there and you clear it. How do you clear it? By healing the emotional trauma, the emotion that's tied to it. Amy, how you feeling, Queen? Does she need another key? Her neck pain will go down to a 6, a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1. Amy, your pain, Queen, will go completely down to a 0 tonight. How are you feeling? Yes. All right. Who was next? Lisa, I forget who was next. Was it Marisol or was it someone else? Alicia, how are you feeling? Audra, how are you feeling? Thorn in my flesh, I give permission. Adoption trauma. Okay, was it Thorn or was it Marisol? Okay, Marisol, and then we'll do Thorn. Okay, Marisol, Queen, what was your pain and what was the number? And you guys, we have about 20 minutes. So tap, 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 tap that screen. Let's share. You never know whose life you will change by sharing this information. It changed my life. Completely changed my life. I wish somebody would have shared this with me when I was in my 20s or my 30s. Okay, and then where was the pain at, Marisol? So I got 9. Hey, Jason. I see you, brother. Thanks for liking the live. I love that, Veronica. Fellow chicken mama. Hey, Jason, how's your throat feeling? Back, neck, right arm, and right leg. Right arm, right leg. Okay, so we're ready for Marisol. I feel this was divine intervention that I came across you. Thank you for being on this platform. Oh, you're welcome. It's always divine. I still feel low during day and seem to get higher at night. Interesting. Jason, did you test what it was? Is it still spiritual? Jason, I can test for Jason. It's generational this time, Jason. From your dad. I would just command that generational trauma be cleared from your body, from your dad's side, and see if that helps. All right, Marisol. Sorry, guys, I had to test Jason. He's a brother. He's a brother from a different mother. All right, Marisol. I have permission? Yes. Okay. Is her back pain, neck pain, right arm, and right leg connected? Are they all connected? No. Is her back connected? Is her neck connected? Right and left arm. Okay, so we need to test them all separately. Yes. Okay, what's first priority? Her arm, her leg, her neck. So first priority is your back, Marisol. So first is your back. You guys, if you have multiple symptoms and you use the guide, you're just going to go through the keys for each area because they're different keys to unlock truth, to unlock the healing. So for your back, Marisol, it's physical, emotional, it's spiritual. Unclean spirit, demonic, deceiver, a curse, a hex, a fiery dart. Ooh, a fiery dart of the adversary. So a fiery dart of the adversary looks like this. You guys, these entities that are walking around, they do not like us. And so they literally can throw things at you like darts, right? Like a fiery dart of the adversary, like a knife. Have you ever felt like a knife just got like in your ribs all of a sudden, like a piercing sharp pain in your ribs out of nowhere? Next time, test if it's a fiery dart of the adversary, okay? And if it is, you can remove it and clear it. So this is like a fiery dart of the adversary that's been put into your back. Marisol, does she need to know when? Yes. Age 1 through 5, 5 through 10, 10 through 15, 15 through 20, 20 through 30, 21, 22, 23. Marisol, at 23 is when this fiery dart was put into your back. Thorn, we'll get you next. So how do you clear a fiery dart? You just command it to leave. So I command this fiery dart that's been put in my body to be removed. I command it to be removed, and I fill it with unconditional love, and you just keep breathing. Okay, you just keep breathing. Thorn in my, yeah. You're welcome, Thorn. I love that name, by the way. Is that your real name? Or is that thorn in my flesh from the thorn? All right, does she need another key for her back? Yes. Physical, emotional, spiritual again. Okay. Unclean spirit, demonic. Okay, deceiver. So there's also a deceiver entity attached here to your back. Does she need to know when? Yes. Age 1 through 5, 5 through 10, age 10, age 5, age 6, age 7. Literal thorn. Okay, cute. Literal thorn. So age 7, does she need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63. Worthless. So worthless at age 7. That's the emotion that deceiver entity was attracted to. So we're going to command these. Are there more than one? We're going to command this deceiver entity to leave your body. You're going to command all tracers and trackers to be removed from your body. You're going to become invisible. I command that I become invisible. You can never find me or see me in any timelines, dimensions, or space. And I fill that space with unconditional love. And then I need you, Marisol, to see your 7-year-old little self who felt worthless. And I need you to tell her the truth. That she is unconditionally loved, that you were there to remind her of that she is whole, that she is not broken. And then see her being completely healed. Have those deceiver entities been cleared? Yes, 100%, yes. Does she need another key for her back? Nope, that was it. Will her back go to a 0 tonight? Your back will go to a 0 tonight, Marisol. Okay, next is her neck, right arm. So next is your right leg. Next, your body wants to treat your right leg. It's physical, emotional, it's spiritual. A deceiver. Are there more than one? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Legion. There's legion. There's legion attached to your right leg. Does she need to know the age? Yes. 1 through 5, 5 through 10, age 6. Oh, 7 again. Age 7. Does she need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63. Worthless. Worthless again. I command these legions of demonic entities attached to my leg. This is what you're saying. I command these legions of entities attached to my right leg to leave now. I remove any tracers and trackers from my body. I become invisible to you from any timelines, all dimensions, and all space, and I fill that space now with unconditional love in the name of Jesus. Does she need another key for her right leg? Nope. Will that go down to a 0? Yes. Okay, what's next? Oh, I need to move my knee. Her neck. Right arm is next. Hey, STKI. You guys, let's get to 100,000. We're so close. Hey, Esty. Thank you for saying your name. Yeah, how are you, Queen? I haven't seen you on the morning rituals, the Kriyas. Why use Jesus? Why not? You can use whatever you want. You can just use your name. Even Jesus said that. He said Satan can crush your heel, but you can crush his head. You don't have to use Jesus. It's the intention. Okay, next is your right arm. Physical, emotional, spiritual. This time it's generational and your right arm. From your dad. Does she need the emotion? No. Okay, is she ready to clear? Yes. So I clear all the generational trauma that is attached to my right arm to leave now. And I fill it with unconditional love. Does she need another key for her right arm? No. Will this get her to a 0? Yes. So just generational trauma trapped in your right arm. Ooh, good, Marisol. Things are moving. Last one. You ready for the last one? Your neck. Is it physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life, absorbed? So the neck is absorbed energy. Does she need to know more? Yes. Does she need to know what age? Yes. Age 1 through 5, 5 through 10, age 10, 11. I gotta slow down. Age 5, age 6, age 7. Big number for you too. Does she need to know the energy? No. Does she need to know any more? Nope. So I command this absorbed energy that is not mine to leave now. And I fill it with unconditional love. I command all the absorbed energies that are attached to my neck to leave now. And I fill that space with unconditional love. Making sure you breathe into your neck and out the pain. That's been cleared 100%. Does she need another key? An overall key? Yes. Physical, emotional, spiritual. Good. Spiritual, good. Okay, that's what I thought. She needs consecration. She needs prayer. She needs frequencies. Okay. So you guys, lately I've been asked to speak more of this. So this is interesting. So Marisol, does she need frequencies from my... Okay. So Marisol, I want you to ask whoever higher source is to you to download frequencies into your body for your highest and greatest good. And so how you receive frequencies from source is you just witness the healing. So in theta healing, which is one of the things I'm certified, one of the many things, she mostly talks about you have to witness the healing. So when you witness the healing, a lot of times you're witnessing frequency healing. That's what it is. And so Marisol, just command and ask that all the frequencies that you are needing now, that you will receive them for your highest and greatest good, okay, into your body. And this is just going to integrate to all the levels of your healing right now. Does she need another key? Nope, that was it. Okay, Thorn, you ready? Okay, Marisol, you let us know how you're doing. Amy, how's your neck doing? Oh, we're so close. We're at 82,000. Complete spinal problems, mid and lower back pain, level 9. Okay, so we're working on the spine. So you guys, if you have not already, make sure you're following me. Make sure you get my free guide, okay? It's right there. Boom. It's a digital download, but it's incredible. It has all this, it lists the 7 keys, and then it also has a free course attached to it. But if you want my $27 guide, I teach you exactly how I'm doing this with all the charts, all the guides. It is going to go up to $47, so make sure you get it at least this now before it goes up. Okay, Thorn, I have permission. Yes. Okay. Thorn, you just keep adding things to the list. Yes, thank you, Energy Healing. She said the guide is amazing. Yeah, don't take my word for it, you guys. I have literally hours and hours and hours of YouTube videos that you can watch the miracles happen through this information. How's Marisol doing? Did she comment? All right, Thorn. So Thorn, for you, I'm going to do all over keys. So these are generalized keys because there's so much going on. Your body knows what's first priority. So we're going to ask your body, what is first priority? Thank you, Veronica. Rak. It's physical, it's emotional, it's spiritual. That's the first key. The good, the bad. Unclean spirit, demonic. demonic. You're welcome. I know, I love the freebies. Are there more than one? Are there legion? So legion of demonic entities. Do we need to know when they attached? Yes. Age 1 through 5, 5 through 10, age 5, age 6, age 7. Wow, that is the theme tonight. Age 7. Marisol! I can actually lift my arm. This was fate. I'm beyond thankful I found you. Yay, Marisol. Marisol, queen, I did not literally do anything. You did all the work. I just held sacred space and allowed your messenger to finally speak. And she's been there the whole time. I knew it. So Thorn, SA at age 7. Does she need to know the emotion? Yes. Are there multiple emotions? Yes. Okay. So this is what we need to do first, Thorn. Do we need to clear first? Yeah. So Thorn, I command the legions of entities that were attached to my body to be cleared now. I command you to leave. I remove any and all tracers and trackers that were implanted in my body. You can never find me. I become invisible to you in all timelines, in all dimensions, in all spaces. I command you to leave, and I fill that space with unconditional love. And then Thorn, I want you to see that 7-year-old little girl who had the most horrific trauma happen to her. And she needs you to tell her the truth about who she is. And she needs you to see her body being healed, completely healed. And I want you to pick her up and put her in your arms and just hold on to her. And she sighs this big sigh of relief as you hold her. And I want you to witness her body being completely healed. All the broken parts of her body just being completely healed and being filled with unconditional love. And you whisper into her ear that she is love. She always has been love. And that she is so worthy. And she's always been worthy. And that she's enough. And that she's always been enough. And that she can let go of all the pain. And you just see her sigh, this big sigh of relief. Because for the first time she feels free and safe. And then just breathe that unconditional love into your body now. And just fill it. And know that you are worthy and that you are enough and that you are not broken. And that the things that happened to you did not break you, did not destroy the innocence in you, and that you are whole. That's been cleared 100%. Good job. Marisol, neck pain gone. Yes, queen. All right, Thorn. Does she need another key? Yes. Physical, emotional, spiritual, unclean spirit, demonic, a curse, a hex. Was this placed on her during the abuse? Yes. So a hex was placed on you. You're welcome, Marisol. I'm so excited. Thorn, a hex was placed upon you during the abuse. Yeah, this is a big one, Thorn. I wouldn't doubt it if you were meant to clear the persecution's cross probably tonight. The next key is spiritual. It was a hex. So I command this hex that was put on me to be cleared now. And I fill that space with unconditional love. Does she need to know the emotion? Okay, you do need to know the emotion. lost. So lost was the emotion. So feeling lost. So I command this lost energy that's in my body to be cleared and to be filled with unconditional love. Okay, that was it. Does she need another key? No. Does she need another key tonight? No. So tonight is all about integration, Thorn. And just filling yourself with the most unconditional love for your entire being and who you are. And then I definitely want you to follow me. And when it's the right time, it's time to when is she ready to retest? 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, 8 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So in 4 weeks, it'll be time to test again. That's when integration for this will be complete. So does Thorn need another key tonight? Nope. So that's integration from that trauma. And just keep filling that with unconditional love for the next 4 weeks. All right. How we doing, you guys? We're so close. We are so close to that 100K goal. How do I heal from lupus with this method? So you guys, I will show you really quickly. So in my $27 guide, first you have to learn how to get your yes and your no. Okay, you have to be able to test yes or no. As you learn how to use your body as an instrument, your body tests with a 99.9% accuracy, right? What am I doing as I'm working with these people? I'm intuitively testing yes or no. I'm asking yes or no questions, okay? You will be able to decipher and remember what your intuition feels like after you use this method. I know what a yes feels like and a no before I even intuitively test. Testing becomes second confirmation. Grateful heart glows. She said, just FYI, I used First Water in something that needed healing on me and wow, elated. Yeah, I'm actually launching a guide for that. I'm going to, all about First Water. You guys, all about the Crimson Code. This is a book, but this is not the book I'm launching. This book's already out. This is called Becoming God's Daughter. I have 2 books out right now. Cut the Crap and Becoming God's Daughter. You guys, First Water is First Water. It is the first water we drank in the womb. But let me go back to the keys, you guys, and then I'll go back to that. So you guys, you have to be able to trust your intuition. You have to, you start trusting your intuition as you start practicing your yes and no. Okay, that's what I teach in my $27 guide. So she was asking about lupus. So in my $27 guide, I have all the charts. So how do I use the keys for anything? Hashimoto's, cancer, lupus, right? Headaches, migraines, right? Whatever the problem is, you guys, key number 1 is your body speaks to you. You have an intuition, right? Your intuition will speak to you. Your messenger will tell you which key will unlock truth. So if I had lupus, I'm going to ask which key will unlock the healing. Is it physical? It could be a parasite, a toxin, or a nutrient deficiency. It could be multiple causing your lupus. Okay? Is it emotional trauma? You could have had an emotional trauma. Something happened as a child that wasn't cleared. We need to clear that. Okay? Is it generational? Is it absorbed? Is it spiritual, or is it past life? Your body will tell you one key at a time till all the keys are cleared. Once you've unlocked all the keys, you will heal yourself. You can heal yourself, and your body will tell you exactly how and in what order to clear. 100%. Okay, so if you guys click the link in my bio, you will find my free guide, my $27 guide, and my Spiritual Mastery course. If you want to find my other books, you'll have to go to my website, heatherashleyjones.com. Okay, you'll find my Cut the Crap and Becoming God's Daughter. Those are on Amazon. Okay, I'm launching a book. It's called First Water and the Crimson Code. You guys, you have to go back to your intuition. You have to be able to decipher yes and no. Does my body need First Water? Yes or no? Okay, how often should I be taking my First Water? It all goes back to intuition. Okay, people are going to tell you crazy things that you need to do. The crazy miracle face cream, crazy miracle parasite cleanse, crazy miracle detox. Is that what your body needs? So I know how to intuitively test anything. So when I came across First Water, my body told me this is the next level of your ascension and healing. It was like a vibrational knowing that that was the next step for me. And if you're watching this and you're like, what the hell is First Water? And you feel like this is something I'm supposed to learn about, you guys, First Water is your first, again, the first fluid you drink in the womb. It is urine. It is urotherapy. And I know what you're saying. I cannot believe people drink this, their own urine. But that is the lie. Okay? The lie is that we have been silenced. That God, you guys, he literally created us knowing that there was going to be a time in this dispensation where our food would be poisoned, our water would be poisoned, and our air would be poisoned. And he gave us a free, our bodies produce free medicine. Hey, Brenda. Our bodies literally produce elixirs that can heal our bodies. Did you know that most of the most popular skincare ingredients and painkillers that they give us have urine in it? Look it up. So people are willing to pay out of pocket for products and skincare hundreds of dollars that have what we produce for free in it. But the second I say that you can get it for free and you can heal yourself, that's disgusting. Ew, it's toxic. Why do you think that? It is because we have been programmed. We have been taught since we were little, ew, gross, toxic, wash your hands, that's nasty. Okay? There's a reason why. In the 1800s, this was very prevalent. In other countries, this is very prevalent. In the United States, it is not, because we have been silenced. They have proven that we produce our own medicine. And I go even deeper into this. Okay, I go really deep into this in my book that I'm coming out with, because there is the Crimson Code, right? You guys, blood is the literal blueprint. Why do you think God in the Bible said, do not drink anybody else's blood because it has life in it? It is literally your blueprint. So there is I can't really talk about it on social media because I probably will get kicked off. So that's why I'm going to be launching the book. I will talk about First Water, but the Crimson Code, I will only speak about that in my book. And it's only going to be $10 once it comes out. Okay? All of the people in my spiritual mastery course, they will get that for free. Yes, it is the conditioning. You guys, I learned about this method over 15 years ago, actually. I had a friend from Europe. She said, oh, you should try First Water. It's like incredible. Like we do it all the time. And I'm like, what is First Water? And I was like, you are disgusting. I was like, ew. Like I remember even coming to my home being like, I have a friend at school and she's disgusting. Like she drinks her own waste. And I was so appalled. I wasn't ready. Okay, I wasn't ready. And I was so thick in the program and in the matrix, right? I was very, very thick. My eyes were, I was very, very not open to it. But it's fascinating how then that was reintroduced to me and my body literally said, yes, this is your next step. Yeah. So when you are ready, straight up or on the rocks. Valerie, I love it. So you guys, there is a method to use it. So it's always the first morning. That's why they call it First Water. But the reason why they call it First Water is because when we are babies, the same material in the womb is the same material that we excrete. Okay. It is First Water. And so even as babies, as we're growing in the womb, we're actually drinking our own urine in the womb. Okay. First Water is the literal blueprint of our mother and our father generationally. Okay. First Water, as it ages, produces the same amount of stem cells, in fact, 10 times more than if you were to go get a stem cell injection that they charge thousands of dollars for. So, would you rather pay thousands of dollars for somebody else's stem cells, or would you rather create your own stem cells that are free, that have 10 times the amount of stem cells? Right? But here's the thing, you guys. Don't take my word for it. Learn how to tap into your intuition. That test with a 99.9% accuracy. Yay, we made it to 100K. You guys learn how to ask your intuition, just like I did. Am I supposed to be doing this? Yes or no? How long? How often? And then when it comes to the crimson codes, the same thing. Is this something that I need to do? And this is something you only do one time, you guys. When I talk about the crimson codes, this is something you do one time, and this will heal the sexual trauma, the physical trauma. The people who cannot remember their childhood, this is the original blueprint. I'm talking about the original blueprint that restores everything in your body. So when people are sick, is first water still healthy? Yes. So the only time that you don't want to do your first water, if you were highly medicated, and I don't remember specifically, I have it in my book, what specific medications, if you're on, you want to wait till you take your first water. But what actually happens is your body knows when you get sick or you have a cold, right? When you take in your first water, your body, it's like just like vaccines, how vaccines are supposed to work. Your body now knows exactly how to fix itself. It's like reprogramming your body, right? And it knows the original blueprint. So when it gets the original blueprint, it can scan the body for, oh, this is not correct. And then it goes and corrects everything. It's your literal medicine. So it'll be out next week. Yeah. So it'll be out next week. And it's only going to be $10. I'm so excited to share it. I see lots of men sharing about it. I follow lots of male doctors. So I'm like, we need some more females to spread the love, especially when it comes to, you guys, sexual fluid. Again, I can't really share much about it because I don't want to get banned, but all of these things are going to be in the guide. It's so cool. It is so cool. And okay, so for the crimson code, you only do it one time. You might do it one time for 5 days, but it's only one time. It is so, yeah, you don't need to do it unless you do it and then there's another trauma that happens or another abuse, then you can use it again, but it's only needed one time. It's so powerful. Yes, Lisa, you're actually supposed to swallow. Here's the thing though. You can mix it with water. You can add it into your like smoothie. You can, if you just have to start off with a couple of drops, it really is a deconditioning. You really have to decondition. I will tell you that my very first week was the hardest. It was so hard. But then after that, it's like my body was excited for it because I knew what it was doing. And I swear my skin is glowing. Yes, first water is first urine, okay? And it's midstream. So you go, wait 3 seconds, then you fill up a cup, and then the last is just waste, okay? It's good to do it every morning, but there is several different ways you can use it. So for first water, there's a looping. So it's literally every time you go, you drink it, okay? There's also aged. It's called the aged elixir. This is where you get those stem cells. So you put it in a jar, you put it in the sunshine, right? You let it age, okay? Stem cells, 10 times the amount of stem cells you get from your own, okay, first water. It's incredible. Marisol, now I can lift, move it with no problem. Marisol, yay! You guys, miracles every single time. I love that. Thank you, Marisol, for sharing that. So when it comes to the other fluids that I will not ever talk on TikTok, you'll have to get the book, even more power. Like, we do not know how incredibly powerful we are, but there's a reason why. Because even in the crimson codes, you guys, even in the crimson codes, they are literally healing people with crimson. They're literally taking that crimson, injecting it back into the body, and the body is regenerating and healing itself. Okay, so God knew all of this. God knew that females and males, right, would come to a point in their life where it would be so bad that we had to rely on his gift, our bodies, to be able to heal ourselves. What is, I don't know what that is. I don't know what crimp eating is. Do you need to detox to drink the first waters? No, you don't. Unless you're on certain medications, and I wrote them down, it's good, especially if you're detoxing or you're really sick or you're trying to heal yourself. You guys, the liver is the number one organ that we need to detoxify. When the liver is bad, everything else goes downhill. Everything is linked to the liver. Everything. But once again, you guys, learn how to trust your intuition. How much first water each day? So there's no right or wrong. They say a cup, but there's some times where I just drink, and then when I'm good, I'm good. Okay? So again, going back to your intuition, yes or no, you can ask your body. Your body will tell you how much, how long. Do I need to implement this into my life every day for the rest of my life? So we really, really have to go back to our internal knowing. That's number one. That's number one. You need to learn how to trust your intuition. You can start by learning how to intuitive test, right? That's what I teach. I teach you the advanced intuitive testing guide. I teach you how to test yes or no. As you do that, yes. BB Kel. So how can you talk about how to use the keys to clear addictions? Yeah. So you guys, as you start testing your yes and no, and you do it enough times, you're going to recognize that your body responds a certain way every time it's a yes, and you're going to get the same exact no feeling when it's a no. The Crimson Codes are in a book that I'm launching. It'll be out next week. So it's called The First Water in the Crimson Codes. And so I'll be launching that next week. It's almost done. I tried to finish it today, but I want to make sure all the information is in there. So I've read tons of books. I've taken everything from all the books and from this doctor that I follow, plus the ancient ritual from Indians, right? From the Egyptians that have used this medicine. You guys, it's sacred ritual for women. It's in this book. Yeah. She's like, oh man, a whole cup. I was the same way. I'm telling you, the first week is hard, you guys. A lot of the programming is going to come up in your head. Like a lot of the programming, and then you just have to push through the false programming. Just like anything. It's really hard, and then it becomes easier. Okay, so yes, make sure you're following me, you guys. I'm going to drop the link. I'll drop the video when it comes, so you guys will be the first to know. So you guys, addiction. How do you use the keys to clear addiction? Anything that you're dealing with. Addiction, bad relationships, money blocks. Okay? You ask your body which key will unlock the healing. So if it's addiction, right, it could be physical. Your body could have a parasite or a toxin or a nutrient deficiency, could have multiple. Okay? It could be a emotional trauma, right? Something happened as a child, and instead of being able to face that trauma, you seek addictions to feel good about it because your body's not a safe space. So you seek drugs or alcohol or food to suppress those emotions because they're too much to face. Okay? It could be generational trauma. Okay? It could be some traumas, worthless, not good enough. There could be some spiritual warfare going on, some demonic entities. If you have demonic entities attached to you for long enough, they start imprinting into your body, and they start filling your body with this need for things outside of you, like drugs or alcohol, right? Because they want you to stay where you're at so they can continue to feed off of your life force. Okay? It could be spiritual, like I said. It could be absorbed energy. So if you have addictions, you might have multiple keys or several. You always ask which key first, clear it. Is there another key? Yes, clear it. Is there another key? Yes, clear it, until you have no more keys. Does that make sense? What did Thorn say? I missed it. Addiction to phone, will it count? Hey, I definitely am addicted to my phone. But yeah, that could be it too. Why are we addicted to our phones? For me, I know if I'm not busy, okay, I have a limiting belief, or I don't anymore, I shouldn't say that. I had a limiting belief that if I wasn't busy or working or doing something, then I'm not worthy. I'm not enough. So phones become distractions, for sure. Oh, yay, Thorn. I missed that. I bawled and now feel super calm. Oh, I love you, Queen. Book launch Saturday 17th. You'll manifest well. Christy, is that for you or is that for me? So happy for you, Thorn. Yeah, so you guys, thank you so much for helping me hit 100K likes. Oh, you're so sweet, Veronica. So, the First Water and the Crimson Codes, that is going to be coming out next week. Maybe I can get it done tomorrow. I'm trying really hard. Could I facilitate healing my child with these methods? 100%, Haley. That is why I teach these things, because we have to break this generational cycles of silencing truth. So my kids know how to do this. I do not silence my kids, right? My 4-year-old threw up 2 weeks ago, just out of nowhere. My husband came in, he's like, Vince just threw up in the living room. I was like, that's weird. Okay, I tested. I said, what is his sickness? Is it physical, emotional, spiritual? It was absorbed, you guys. He absorbed energy from that morning. What's the mark of the beast? You ignored my question. Ooh, Patty, I did not ignore your question. I didn't see it. What do you think the mark of the beast is? Because you can know. So I post these videos a lot because I'm so sick and tired of people asking everybody else but themselves and God. So I know what the mark of the beast is. I want you to figure out that for yourself, okay? So yeah, you guys, I forgot what I was talking about because that comment kind of threw me off. But you have to be able to know, you guys, you have to be able to trust your intuition and know, okay? So many people are being deceived. Is there one prayer or affirmation we can say that can help heal everything all at once? I wish there was, but that would spiritually bypass why we're here, Jennifer. So the keys help you to unlock truth. You cannot spiritually bypass the life lessons you're meant to learn. That's why people who win the lottery, right? They lose all their money because they didn't learn how to manage and they didn't have the capacity for that amount of wealth. So you have come to this earth for specific trials and for specific tribulations to learn. And so there's no lesson in learning if you just heal everything instantly. So that's why you use the keys, and the messenger will tell you. So when the messenger tells me that there was something demonic there and it was attached to my low self-worth, I now know how to clear that low self-worth and heal myself. And then if that happens again, I now have a system. I've learned how to overcome that. Same with money. Okay, money is very spiritual. Okay, if you're poor and you're stuck, it's because you haven't learned, right? You still think that money is worth more than you. You still believe that you're undeserving of all the money. Okay? You have some belief systems that you need to heal around money. So I wish there was just a magic wand, poof. But unfortunately that doesn't exist. Okay. So once again, you guys, thank you so much for getting the 100,000. What that does is it sends TikTok these videos and lets more people know when I go on live so that I can share this information for free. So I give this guide for free, you guys. This guide right here is life-changing information. A private session includes, you get one-on-one with me for an hour. And we literally can go through everything in an hour. So I teach you how to use the keys too, because I teach people how to do this for themselves so that when I get off the call, you know exactly how to do what I did for you. So I teach people how to fish so they can fish for themselves. Okay? Oh yeah, going back to that's what I was talking about. My son threw up. That's where my tangent was. My son threw up. I realized it was absorbed energy. So before that, you guys, I was the mom that silenced my kid's truth. I was the mom that ran to the kitchen and got painkillers. So instead of that, what I do is I ask the messenger what my child needs. And you guys, when my 4-year-old threw up, he threw up the absorbed energy he took on from me and my husband because we were fighting that morning, right? We had an argument. So my 4-year-old little boy, his body knew this isn't yours energy, and his body purged it out. And he was fine all day, happy as can be, okay? That is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to become like little children. When God said, how do you make it into the kingdom of God? You become like little children. What does that mean? It means to love unconditionally yourself and other people. Little children have so much love for themselves that when they're sad, they cry. That when their feelings are hurt, they tell you, you hurt my feelings, okay? When they don't feel good, they take a nap. If they don't feel really good, they'll take a 4-hour nap. They don't care, okay? They have unconditional love from themselves. And they have unconditional love for everybody else. They don't see color. They don't see race. They don't see religion. You guys, that is how you make it into the kingdom of God. And you're also connected to divine. You ask and you receive. You guys, kids ask all the time, why? That's what we're supposed to do as adults. Why is this chest pain here? Why? What do you want? And the messenger will tell you. And then you clear it. So that's how you become like little children. That's how you make it back. Okay? It's through unconditional love for yourself. And so many of us, we don't even know how to love ourselves. And it starts with holding sacred space and asking the questions. Asking the messenger, why does my chest hurt today? Why do I still feel so broken inside? Why am I broke? Okay? Your body will tell you, hey, Heather. So I'm glad I remembered that and I didn't leave that mom hanging. Does that make sense, you guys? So this free guide, you guys, it took me a whole year working with Chris Crone. Okay? He's a billionaire. He spent 1 week with Tony Robbins learning this method that I give for free. That is the breakthrough method. A whole year in certifications. You don't need a whole year to certify, you guys. Okay? I teach you exactly how to do that in my free guide. I also list the 7 keys, which took me over a decade and over $15,000 in certifications. And on top of that, I've included the free Live Empowered course. You guys, this course that is included in the free guide will change your entire life. It is the exact course that me and my bestie who created it, right? We were gonna sell it for $1,000. We're like, we're gonna make so much money. It's life-changing. But that wasn't what was needed. What was needed was it to be free. And so this is going to teach you guys how to set boundaries, how to stop being a people pleaser, how to create safety in the body, how to have a vision. Okay, it's the new year. It's the new year. Do you have a vision board? Do you have a vision of where you want your life to be at the end of this year? A one-on-one is 150, 147. So if you do not have a vision, do you guys know that you are a ship lost at sea? And you wonder why your life is the way it is. You have no direction. It's like going to the drive-thru and expecting a cheeseburger and they give you a taco and a bean burrito. You're like, what the hell is this? I wanted a hamburger and french fries and a chocolate milkshake. You guys, that is what your vision is. So if you want a hamburger and a chocolate milkshake and french fries, you put that on your damn vision board so that God and the universe know how to show up for you. You guys, the free guide is located in the link in my bio. Okay? If you want to get my $27 guide, it's there as well. If you want to join the Spiritual Mastery course, you guys, that is everything. If you want all, it's in my Spiritual Mastery course. You're welcome, Dana. So if you guys do not have a vision, you guys get my free guide, do the Live Empowered course, get yourself set up. You got to create that solid foundation of setting boundaries, learning no. No is a power word. It is for the brave. No. Will you watch my kids this weekend? Nope. Will you help me? Nope. If it is not for my highest and greatest good, I don't do it. Okay? And I only serve with the capacity I have to serve. If you're getting burnt out in service, that is not what God wanted for you. Okay? Thank you, Lisa. I love you, babe. Lisa, how are you feeling, by the way? How's your daughter feeling, too? Yeah. Jennifer, you need to create a vision. Once you have a vision, you guys, and you know where you're going, it makes decision making so much easier. Is this for my highest and greatest good? Yes or no? Is this going to get me to my goal? Yes or no? Okay? Get your vision board. I will tell you, every multi-millionaire that I've worked with, and I've worked with a lot, okay, they have a vision board. They know where they're going. They have a 1 year, a 5 year, and a 10-year plan. They have everything scheduled out. If it's not scheduled, it ain't happening. God said, if you write it in pencil, I will wield it in steel. What? I might block this person. There we go. I hate it when people spam. I've been trying to block this account for ages and it's not letting me block your account. You wouldn't be going on my TikTok live trying to block me. So you guys, I had the most incredible mentors. So I worked with Onami, Mammy Onami, Chris Crone, David Key, the #1 psychic medium in the world, Robin Peterson. She's actually my really good friend. I've worked with all these incredible mentors, and I'm so thankful for them because I wouldn't be the person I am today if it wasn't for people who spoke their truth. Do you have a book on how to cure PTSD? So I do not have a book, How to Cure PTSD or Nightmares, okay? I have a guide that teaches you how to know exactly how to cure anything, including PTSD or nightmares. So in my $27 guide, I'll teach you the keys. I'll teach you how to ask your intuition that tests with a 99.9% accuracy why you have it. Post-traumatic stress disorder, most likely you have a childhood trauma or something that happened. Okay? Nightmares, most likely you have some type of spiritual things happening. It could be a demonic, it could be an unclean spirit. So there are things that are definitely happening, but your body can tell you, and you'll know exactly how to clear it in literal seconds. It's that fast. I am on YouTube, you guys. All of these recordings are on YouTube, so if you guys want to follow my YouTube channel, you want to watch all the recordings, right? You'll see for yourself. Every single day, we take people from a 10-10 pain to a 0. Miracles. The free guide is linked in my bio. You can also get it on my website, heatherashleyjones.com. You'll be able to find all my books too. So this book is on Amazon. So is my book, Cut the Crap. If you guys want a book to like really get to know me, but to understand the amount of trauma that people can go through, and still come out having an amazing life and feeling incredible, you guys, this is my book. Okay? Because I needed a female representation of the black sheep, but was still worthy and good enough. Because I was the black sheep. Is insomnia possibly spiritual? Yes. Usually sleep paralysis and insomnia, it could be that, or it could be emotional traumas that are trying to surface, and that's why you can't sleep, because your body is trying to bring those up. So it could be multiple things, but definitely it could be spiritual. Yeah. So you guys, I was the black sheep in the family. I have a post on this on my TikTok that talks about that we came here. You guys, a lot of you guys volunteered to come at this time, and you volunteered to go through the most horrific trials and traumas because you needed to. It was very intentional. It was training and preparation for who you were going to serve and help, because you can't serve and help people who've gone through trauma if you've never gone through it. I'm sorry, but you can't. Okay? I don't want to hear from a mother who's never lost a child what it feels like to lose a child. I don't want to feel from someone trying to help me heal my physical or sexual trauma and they've never gone through that. Okay, I don't want someone to tell me that I'm an incredible, amazing person and that you can heal from this and they've never experienced trauma. Like, who are you? Really? I tested sleep vulnerability. What does that mean? Is that on the guide? That is spiritual. Sleep vulnerability. So you need to set up, you need to consecrate your space. You're vulnerable when you're sleeping. Okay? So that means you need to consecrate your space. How do I get the books on Amazon? You can just, there's a link on my website, but if you look up Heather Ashley Jones, Becoming God's Daughter, A Journey to Discovering Your Divine Worth. I do not follow any religion. No. I used to. I was born and raised in a certain religion. Oh, Stephanie, so you're a medium. I've been intuitive since a child and I feel all the energies on the other side, but have been very sick. So Stephanie, in my spiritual mastery course, I teach people how to awaken their spiritual gifts and set terms and boundaries. Because a lot of us have these gifts, but we're freaking exhausted because we have not set terms and we have not set boundaries. So these energies are coming to you probably all the time, and they're actually probably unintentionally, but they're sucking some of your life force energy. And so that's very, very draining. Very, very draining. So you have to set terms and boundaries to your gift. Yeah. So a lot of people that I've been working with, they are mediums. A lot of these energies from the other side, they're seeking you because you're light and you're here to help them go to the light, but you need to set terms and boundaries to that. Shall I start drinking alcohol? I don't smoke cigarettes. That's up to you. Sure, if that's what you feel called to do. I would intuitively test. Yeah, Steph, I was literally exhausted as a child because of the demonic entities that kept coming in. I wasn't getting any sleep, right? Yeah, I do not drink alcohol because of that, because I personally believe it opens a portal to entities. That's why they call it spirits. Hey, Velma, welcome, fellow Reiki Master. I'm a Reiki Master too. That is why I created the Truth Code, though, because I was tired of spending hours trying to help people move energy and get to the root cause. And with this technique, I was able to get to the root cause in seconds. And so during Reiki, it was more assisting in integration with the energy than like trying to move energy and clear things. Yes, Steph. Source to consecrate space. That will be in the $27 guide, the updated guide. You guys, if you have not gotten the updated guide with the spiritual things, but it's easy to consecrate your space. That is just a prayer with intention, right? So in scripture, you see people consecrating sacred spaces all the time, right? Every time the guys would create altars, they would consecrate the altar. So you're just consecrating your space. You sleep every night in your bed. You should probably consecrate it. I consecrate my bed, right, to God. That when I sleep in my bed, my body is being recharged, that I am protected by my spiritual family, that I will receive downloads, prophetic dreams. Vrock, you're a level 2 Reiki. I love that. Yeah, I'm a master. I got certified as a Reiki master, and then I also got certified in Theta Healing, Emotion Code, NLP Hypnosis, Quantum Healing Hypnosis Therapy. You guys, those things take way too long. Okay, Brenda, I will send you the updated version. I'm trying to go back and resend the updated version to everybody. I wish Stan had like an update that could send to everybody. Maybe it does, but dreaming is tiring. It can be. You have to consecrate your space, and then before you before you go to bed, pray and be very specific about what you will dream about and where you will go, right? I had a video that went viral about Mall World. How many of you guys have showed up in Mall World? You guys, that is the place that everybody goes where the roller coasters are terrifying and they never end, or you're in a parking lot and you can't find your car, or you're shopping in a mall and you're naked, or you're trying to like buy clothes, right? Or the bathrooms are endless or disgusting, right? Has anyone ever been to Mall World? It's crazy. And so many people have. And you guys, the funniest thing is, so a lady, she went viral. She posted like a Mall World map. And when I saw it, I knew that I had been there and it resonated. I was like, oh my gosh, you've been there too? And so I actually prayed. I asked to go to Mall World. And then I went to Mall World, and it was a lucid dream where I was totally aware. And she had said, don't ask anybody for the time, and don't ask anybody for like anything, because they'll attack you. Like once they know that you're awake in the dream, they will literally try to kick you out. So I'm in this dream and I'm lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is when you know you're dreaming and you're in control. So I knew I was in the mall and I saw this beautiful black woman. Like she was gorgeous. And I said, hey, do you by chance know like what time is it? And you guys, she looked at me and she went like this and she walked away. So then I walked into the middle of the mall and I was like, I want to make sure this is really the world. So I flew out of the top of the mall. And as I flew out of the top of the mall, I saw like the broken roller coaster rides. And then I was like, wait, she had this like tall tower in her art. It was like this tall tower that you can stand on top of. And so I zoomed out even further. I flew up higher and I saw the tower. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in Mall World. So then I flew back down into the mall and I was like, hey, does anybody know what time it was, right? And you guys, I had 3 or 4 of these men walk up to me and they're like, who are you? What are you doing here? And asking me all these questions. And then I saw, it was so crazy. I saw on the top of their heads, you know, when people, there's a game and you can see it, like all their stats on top of their head, like who they are, where they're from. So the guy looked at me, he's like, oh, I see who you are. He said, you're Heather Ashley Jones. He's like, what are you doing here? Why are you here? Why are you asking these questions? And you guys, it was crazy. And they literally were like mad at me. So this one guy, I think he was my spirit guide, he grabbed me and he's like, come with me. And he took me into these rooms, right? And we were in the living room. He brought me to this living room and he sat next to me on the couch. And I had these 2 elders sit next to me. And he said, why are you here? Like, why are you asking these questions? And I was like, well, I just wanted to come and know. And then he looked at the TV screen and he said, all these dollar bills were like flying out of my head. It was so weird. And he was like, oh, I know why you're here now. And then I woke up. It was just the craziest thing. But Mall World is real. And it's so funny how so many people have been there. Yeah, you guys, I would never, ever, ever do vapes. I know you said that helps with anxiety, but that is like the worst thing you could do for your body. Anxiety is worrying about the future. So anxiety is you're stressed about how you're going to take care of yourself. It's how am I going to pay my bills? You guys, depression is worried about the past. You don't think you've ever been there? That's okay. It's good. You don't want to go there. It's not a place that you want to go. So don't go to Mall World, right? Go to other realms. Go to the angelic realm, right? Pray to not go there. But if you have been there, it's crazy. Lots of people have been there. But anyways, this has been so fun. I know. Okay, so it is fun when you're aware, but sometimes it can get really crazy and it's not fun, right? So when you're naked and you're trying to find something to wear, or you're at the airport and you're trying to get on the right plane and it's like, or you're on vacation and it's like the vacation's ended and you didn't get to go to the beach and now you have to pack, but you're packing and you can't find all your stuff, or your stuff's like all spread out through the house and you have to leave. Like it turns into anxiety. So it's when, I mean, it sounds fun. It was fun when I realized I was there and I was lucid dreaming, but it's not really fun when you're also trying to find your car, or you're at school and everyone's turning in their assignment and you're like, oh shoot, I didn't do the assignment, right? Or you're like back in high school and everyone's mean and you don't have anyone to hang out with. I don't know. So it's not very fun. Steve. How do we heal depression and anxiety? So how do you heal anything, right? You use the 7 keys. So if I have depression, I'm going to ask my body, why do I have depression? Okay, is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it spiritual? Is it generational? Is it past life? Is it absorbed? Okay, so your body will tell you, why do I have anxiety? Is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it spiritual? Is it generational? Is it past life? Is it absorbed? Yeah. What do you mean I have done almost all of these? Keys? Places? So you guys, every time when you start to recognize intuition, you can literally ask any question, right? Yes or no. So you will intuitively know what to ask. You wouldn't ask for mental, right? You wouldn't ask for mental because mental, what is mental? Right? Mental health, the reason why people have mental health issues is because there's some distortion or lies that lie in the past. Okay? Whether that was an emotional trauma, a physical trauma, a spiritual trauma, a religious trauma, right? It caused mental health issues. Something's not right because something happened that wasn't right, and there's distortion and lies around that. Yeah, and then you have to trust the answers. Yes, something that you were taught that you believe to be true that's not true, right? Depression is you're usually worried about something from the past. I'm depressed because this happened. I'm depressed because I wish I made a different choice. I wish I did this differently, right? Depression is you're focused on the past. You can't change the past. Anxiety is you're really stressed about something that hasn't even happened yet. I'm anxious about how I'm going to pay my bills. I'm anxious about this conversation that I'm going to have. I'm anxious because I have to go to work tomorrow morning and it makes me feel sick to my stomach. I'm on every day, so I will not be on tomorrow. Wait, is today Friday? Is today Saturday, you guys? See, I don't know my days. I go on every day but Sunday. Yeah, it's Saturday. Shoot, I have to go to the grocery store. We're having Sunday dinner at my house. Saturday into Sunday. See, when you work for yourself, you guys, days become blurred. So I won't be here on tomorrow. Oh, it's Sunday in Australia, Jenny. What are you cooking? So my mom is actually doing a pot roast, and then we are doing the sides. We're just hosting it at my house. Yeah, technically it is Sunday. Not for me, though. Not for me. You guys, I got really caught up on, because I read the book of the Jubilees, the Apocrypha. And so, you guys, if you haven't read the Missing Gospels, do yourself a favor. Get the book of the Apocrypha, all the Jubilees. They talk about the sun and the moon and the stars, and they talk about fallen angels and what they actually are. But I got really caught up on how we are in the Gregorian calendar, which they totally messed up. Our calendar used to be based off of the moon. So you would know what day it is based off of the moon. And so then they decided to change the whole calendar, and it messes up everything. Even our cycles, like our periods should fall on the moon cycle, like everything should be in sync. So I got really caught up on, well, is today really Sunday? Is this really God's Sunday, or is this like the Sunday in the calendar? Are we worshiping on the wrong day? And I got so caught up on that. And then I realized once again that it's all about intention, right? And if I was a loving parent and I had a child who was doing the very best they could, and if they were worshiping on the wrong day, I wouldn't put them in hell for eternity. I would say, look at my child doing the best they can, trying to worship and get connected to me. Yeah, the Jubilees. Yeah, so our calendar is so messed up. You guys, we literally celebrate Fool's Day, right? Have you guys learned about this, Fool's Day? What it actually is? We are the fools, right? The atonement. Do you guys know that Jesus was actually 7 years old when the wise men finally came and found him? He wasn't a baby. So there's so many things that, Do you know that when Mary married Joseph, that Joseph was actually a 68-year-old man, and that he had a wife before that had died? He was a widower. He had other children, right? Do you know that they knew that Mary was the chosen one? Okay, through astrology. So astrologically, Mary was the perfect match. And so they knew she was going to be a vessel. She actually went to mystery schools and learned. You guys, there's so many things that have been taken out. It's crazy. Yeah. So when Mary was actually in a mystery school, right? She was taught mystery things, right? She was taught the gospel of the Magdalens. You guys, the Magdalens, Mary of Magdala, right? The Magdalens, it was a school, it was a learning, it was a training. Okay, the Magdalene, they had a different code, a different language that they taught. That has been silenced. So if you are part of the Magdalens, right? You were a Magdalene. You were called into the education, to the training. So Mary was very much prepared. She had visitations. That wasn't the first time she was visited by angels. Okay? That was a time that she was visited by an angel. So she had been preparing for this. Just like Jesus, right? You guys, Jesus was a little boy and he had to learn too. So anyways, we won't go into that, but all of these things, when you ask, you shall receive, and it's like the right books will come into you. So the very first book I read was the Gospel of Mary Magdala, and it was her true story. So a lady had followed her story from when she had to flee. So when Jesus was crucified, Mother Mary, Mary Magdala, Anna, they all had to flee to France. And so they fled to France because, right, they were coming after them. They crucified Jesus. They were going to start crucifying the disciples, which they eventually did. They crucified all the disciples, and they were going to go after Mary Magdalene and Mary and Mother Mary. But they fled to France, and she lived out the rest of her days in France. And so lots of cool stories there too. Do all of us have angels? We all have spirit guides. We all have a spiritual family. And you can know exactly, right? In my spiritual mastery course, we all know who's in our spiritual family. How many? Okay. We know their names. We know how long they've been there. And we know their intention. So they're not always just angels. But you could. And if you think you do, maybe you do. The book of the Jubilee, the Apocrypha, the Gospel of Mary, the Gospel of Timothy. Okay. The Gospel of the Essene, that was a really good book. The Gospel of the Essene, do you know that Jesus literally taught us how to cleanse from parasites? Yeah, Jesus, he taught everyone how to cleanse from parasites. The Apocrypha. And so he said that there was a certain stick that you had to lay by a river. You had to do this whole thing. He talked about parasites attracting or being of a lower vibrational energy, right? That attracted those types of demonic entities. So many cool books. I should start linking, right? I should do a TikTok video of all the books that I recommend because there's so many of them. You guys should see my bedroom and my closet. But you guys can know all the things. But I'm telling you, you don't even have to read all the books to start asking very spiritual questions. Are Magdala and Magdalene interchangeable? The Magdala, I don't know. Glory to God. Yes, amen to that. So God gave us intuition. That's our gift. When you start tapping into that, you guys can ask any questions. So I see a lot of people who teach things on TikTok and I love it. But sometimes things don't resonate. So I'll ask. I'll say, God, is this 90 to 100% truth? If I get a yes, then I'll know that that's of light. If I get a no, then there's some discernment I need to figure out. Well, what part is true? Which part is false? So that's why when you guys read scripture, when you read the Bible, I want you to know that there is a lot of distortion and it's very small. but you just tweak one word or one phrase and it changes the whole meaning of the scripture. So if you can read scripture with discernment, you will never be deceived. Okay? So every time I read scripture, I read it with discernment. I pray and I ask, is this true for me? Because a lot of the things have been altered to cause fear and manipulation. There's a lot of programming, false programming, especially in religion today. And it's to keep you stuck. There is no middleman when it comes to your authority and your connection to your Heavenly Father. There just isn't. There is a divine connection. And that's what Jesus is trying to teach people. He was like, listen, I don't want you to worship me. He's like, I am your brother. You can do what I can do, and even greater things you can do, like me. Love your neighbor as you love yourself, right? The kingdom of God is within you, not outside of you. You don't find God in church buildings or outside of you. Yes, he's there, but he's within you. Yes, and also, yeah, many words did have different meanings, which is crazy. When you change the language, right, the words, it has a totally different meaning. Like dragons. Do you use a pendulum? I do not. In fact, I have been told, so people in my spiritual mastery course that have been using them, I've been told we got to stop using outside instruments. And so your body is an instrument. God wants you to use your body and then use consecration so that there's no distortion. However, I do have beautiful Selena in our spiritual mastery course who uses a pendulum, and God wanted her to trust something outside of herself. Something, but no, I don't. So I've been told very specifically that people need to start using their bodies, connecting to intuition. If you are curious at all about a word, follow your gut and get their derivation of the time. Yes, David, right? That is intuition. Read with intuition. Your body, a lot of people don't know how to connect to their intuition. That's why as you practice intuitive testing, right? When I started testing my yes and my no, I recognized the way a yes feels and a no feels. So as I'm reading something, I already know if there's distortion. Like I don't even have to test. That's your intuition. Yes, you can use your body as a pendulum. That's what I teach you in my free guide, right? That's the body sway test. Yeah. It's one of the longest ways because you have to wait for your body to go back and forth. So it just takes a long time. That's why I teach in my advanced guide the way I learned in Germany, which is a super easy way to test. But yeah, I can do it super fast. But there's other ways to do it too. Not just one way. In fact, I was working with my friend Hannah, who's in my spiritual mastery course. And before I even met her, she intuitively figured out how her body gives a yes and a no. And it was totally different than anything I had seen before. And there are multiple people who have learned how their body responds yes and no. And it's totally unique to them. And it's so cool that people are already learning how to do this, which is incredible. All right, you guys. Well, it's 10:25. I'm going to head out. I have to get ready for Sunday dinner tomorrow. I need to go grocery shopping, you guys. I didn't realize it was Saturday. I'm so excited to launch my next book. I have 2 books coming out. The first one is going to be The First Water and the Crimson Codes. I will not talk about the Crimson Codes on TikTok because I will get banned. But I will talk about The First Water. I could freely talk about that. But I'm so excited for that to come out next week. The second book is The Truth Code. So it's my advanced intuitive testing guide. It teaches the truth code, but it'll be in a book format. So love you guys so much. I hope you have the most incredible night. And I will see you guys. If you guys want to come on live on Monday, I go live Monday through Saturday. Make sure you follow me. Share the free guide with as many people as you can, you guys. It's so incredibly powerful. And that's how you can help me. Love you guys. Good night, Brenda. Okay, bye guys. Happy Sunday.